Real boy.
Bad Daddy.
You and I were talking about this.
Kicking me in the dick.
French fries.
Why does he keep kicking me in the dick?
Bad Daddy. Not your son. Oh.
Just making sure my token is selected.
You do what you gotta do, Jamie. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Uncommon. Welcome to Uncommon Gaming. We are playing Dungeons and Pineapples tonight.
Yes.
We have delved
Pineapples.
really deeply into the fruity juices of the pineapple deep inside the can
Not
in the
sure if
supermarket.
you can see that.
It's a heart. There is definitely a pineapple heart over there by Argul, and I think I got all the names right. Marshall, Bruce, Argul, Groslin, Groblin, and Brooks. Yep, we're good. Which means I'm joined by 6 regular people by day who get into a phone booth, spin around 3 times, and pop out superheroes. Each of them with their own fantastic square on a video that lets you know that they see you. Did you know that? They can see you. Piercing through your television screen, they got that power. There it is.
We see all.
Sometimes I wish I didn't.
I don't want to see all.
Exactly.
That's
I
my
don't know. The way you were talking last night.
No.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is the 3rd deputy group. This is a what do we call it? Spin-off of the main show. Play about side game. Play about once or twice a month. They have a chance. They have opportunities to have impacts on the main story, and overall just get together and play some Dungeons and Dragons. So, who's ready for that?
Woohoo!
I don't like Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't know. I think
Get
it's
out!
bullshit for
Make
another
him
half hour.
go away.
Sorry.
Bye.
I only play Dragons and Dungeons.
All right, we all gonna bye, guys.
D&D is
Real boy. It's gonna be D&D.
yes.
Okay, we're back.
We never decided on a name, did we?
No. I think we need to. I think
we
it's right
figured
there.
it
Dragons
out
and
this
Dungeons.
episode.
Ooh, yeah. We got
Yeah,
the D&D show,
still rich.
D&D.
Oh,
Dragons and Dungeons.
Dragons and Dungeons. So,
And then every episode we just add another D word. Dungeons and Dragons.
and donuts.
Dower.
Oh.
And don't. Damn it.
I can't wait for Dungeons, Dragons, and Donuts and
Oh,
Dimples.
stop saying that word. There's nowhere to get donuts at this point in time.
I'm pretty sure Uber Eats has all your answers, and you're right across from a Walmart, which
It is
just has like.
6:35. There is nowhere to get good donuts.
I
It
no
is
no no
open.
no no no. You didn't say good donuts. You said donuts. You
Yeah.
can't change.
You know
You
what?
can't
True.
change the qualifier.
Good
Good
donuts
should
isn't.
be assumed.
I'm okay with the Hostess donut. Give me some powdered or some chocolate in those little baggies. I'll take that all day.
I haven't had a Hostess pie in a long time. You know the little like
Piles
that
of
weird
sugar.
wax
Yeah,
paper.
that's a lot of sugar.
I
that
always
just-
felt like I was gonna have a panic attack after one of those.
So,
Like everything starts vibrating. Sorry.
are we ready to play?
I don't know. We don't have to.
What?
We can chat.
Oh,
I'm ready
okay.
to play.
All right. So, last time on Deputy Group 3, you all woke up around a campfire in the middle of a large, ruined fortress. A ranger, an older gentleman by the name of Kunin, greeted you, and after some figuring out that you needed more explanation, he let you know that you were on a mission to rid what is ever occupying this fortress, to cleanse it. You have a payday coming to you for it. But the weird thing is you just don't remember agreeing to this task, to this mission. You don't remember who you are, where you came from, how you know what you know. The abilities and the magic and the talents that come with being you seem ingrained and innate, something you can just do. And you're slowly rediscovering your abilities. You're not really learning anything else, though, about why you're here and why your memory's gone. You have ventured into this fortress. It seems to have been taken over by a combination of gnolls and demons who have flooded it in and been taking in corpses, flesh, meat. I'm spitting up that treadmill. You're on it. Eating humans. At least, maybe the demons, maybe the gnolls, maybe both. You're not sure. Something's going on in here. And after a couple of really tough fights, he found a little bit of reprieve inside, definitely not creepy magical fountain, where some pretty vicious demons almost put an end to a few of you, if not for some great mists, penetrating fogs that were laid down and some...
It totally wasn't sweat.
I don't even want to think about how much sweat that would have to be.
I'm fishy.
So, that's where we leave off, shortly after your encounter there with the gnolls. I will say you will need to find some time to rest. I gave you a level beforehand. At least give me an hour short rest. Find a way to secure yourself for an hour, and we'll call that a legit level up. So with that, we will cut back into just after the battle.
And real quick,
Yeah.
unfortunately my character is showing level 1. Is it like in the future it will be?
You just go into D&D Beyond and level it up however you want.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Having like finally composed himself afterwards, because I don't like combat. Bruce is just going to get closer to that water. Guys, are we safe here? I could use a nap.
I think we all could use a little bit of a reprieve.
I'm like 6 seconds away from passing out.
Oh, I'm not hurt. I'm just scared.
Pat,
Like, can we? These doors. Is there like, do they open inwards or outwards?
These doors are going to open into this room.
That's helpful.
Can Oh no, guys. I mean, anyone got a crowbar or something?
We have dead
I
bodies.
have a crowbar.
I have a quarterstaff.
I'm going to take my crowbar and just like, if I can. I don't know if they have handles. I want to put the crowbar in between the handles.
Okay. They opening
If they
inward.
have handles.
They would have something resembling handles, but not the kind that you're thinking with the two poles that you could slide something in between. They are like these wooden planks that come out in an L shape, so you can pull.
Oh, there went my idea, guys. I'm going to go sleep by the water.
I have rope.
Oh. Well, I got rope.
Yeah, we could just tie it.
Yeah, I'll
Have
start.
rope?
I'll take some of my rope and try and tie it onto the door.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a survival check.
Oh, I have a crowbar as well.
Okay. With a 12, you feel like at a minimum, it would take some effort to open the door, but this is no surefire lock.
I
I did it, guys.
I would like to do the same on a different door.
Okay. Well, there's the other double door on the opposite side. Unfortunately, the southern door is a single door.
That one's fine.
That's the one we came in from, right?
It is. So give me
Yeah,
a
how much
survival
over
check. Okay. Same thing, same thought. When you're there, you pull on it a bit, it holds, but you think anything with enough brute force shoving a, full body into this might open it. So you've quasi-secured this room.
Hey,
You've got a large pool of water that seems to be flowing up and kind of cycling from the center to the outside in this consistent flow. You've got a door to the south, and you've got a handful of dead gnolls, and the demons having completely disappeared from the room. No sign of them. Is this where you're taking a short rest?
I mean, I'll take a long rest if people really need it.
I don't
Sit down for
recall
that
any
short
better
rest
place to
element.
take a rest.
Well, I say,
think this would be
unfortunately, a long rest will require you to wait at least another 16 hours to begin. It's because you can only benefit from a long rest once a day.
Right.
Then yeah, short rest.
Yeah, I'll take a rest.
You're welcome to sit here for 16 hours and then start a long rest. I mean, I'm not against the idea. But if you'd like to spend any hit dice now for your short rest, you should each have 2 of them. Yes? Yeah, okay. I figured that was
was
your
my
question. You should each have 2 of them. I'll give you the second one.
Yikers.
Yeah, when we do these mid-level ups without long rests, just assume any damage you took carries over to the next level, but you can get your hit dice and your abilities.
Fuck, I don't remember what hit points I had.
Spell slots will have to come after the rests, as we're kind of loosey-goosey with the rules on this one.
So when I rolled my hit die, does that mean I get 5 HP?
Yes, you gain 5 HP over the course of an hour.
Ain't that the truth?
You could roll it twice if you'd like, but you only gain 1 back on a long rest out of the 2.
Wait, can you repeat that?
Right, I forgot that 5e is pretty new for you. So D&D 5th edition has broken this into short rest and long rest. A short rest takes an hour, and you sit down, you kind of pat yourself up, have a meal. You can roll your hit dice to recover some health during the short rest. Now, since you're level 2, you have 2 hit dice that you can roll. So you can spend 1 hit dice and then decide if you want to spend another hit dice. When you take a long rest, so you take your full 8 hours of sleep, you get all your health and all your abilities and everything comes back. But you only get half of your maximum hit dice back for the next day. So if you were to spend 2 hit dice now recovering on the short rest, you went to sleep tonight, you would get 1 of those back, and you would only have 1 available to you tomorrow.
Gotcha. Alright, well, I'll stick to just the single dice then.
Okay. Yeah, with a +4, that's pretty solid.
Oh, sorry. Give me 1 second. I need to close my window.
Absolutely.
Okay, sorry. During the course of my short rest, I'm going to take out my rod that I use for my spell casting, and I'm going to tinker with it and activate one of my new infusions.
Okay.
This now works as an enhanced arcane focus.
What's your question, Brooks?
During that time, I'd like to go through my bag and see if I can find any sort of identifying information about myself or any sort of past that I
Okay.
have.
Give me an investigation check.
Alrighty. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, you take a look through your gear, you're not finding anything that's got a name on it or any form of strict identification. You could piece together that you have gear for travel and that you must be some kind of traveler.
I am some kind of traveler.
Oh, really?
Okay, I heard I was having volume issues. Am I better?
We hear you better. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so your long rest, anybody else want to do anything for this period of an hour?
I'm gonna clean the terrible smell of chocolate off of all of my clothing.
Okay. You're using the pool of water.
Sure.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check while you clean your hands and your, I'm assuming, clothing. That's okay. Yeah, you clean up. Yes, Argul.
I'm going to drink that water.
Okay.
I am thirsty and I got the crap beaten out of me.
Give me a perception check as you bend over and drink some of the water. Okay. You drink water. It's actually cool and refreshing. It's seems like it's coming from low enough up that the temperature is different. It looks deep though. Anybody else?
Do I hear anything going on in the surrounding rooms?
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check as you listen to the walls and put your ears to the door. All right, at 19, you take some time and you walk around the outside of the perimeter of the room, walls, doors, and you listen, taking a moment between the shuffling and noises your party is making to try to hear beyond. And while you listen, and I'll say this door right here, while you're listening, you see a shadow move just under the door, flicker, barely perceptible, before it disappears again. No sound.
Odd.
What was that?
There's possibly something in the room over here, but
No.
I didn't hear anything. I'm just
Interesting.
seeing a shadow.
Or we can ignore it.
For now, we'll have to deal with it eventually, probably.
I go over to the door, and is it easy to see if it's a push or a pull?
The doors all open inward, so these are pull doors.
These are all the ones that we tied up.
They have this little L-shaped handle where they've got ropes kind of tied around them. As you go over there, give me a perception check, Brooks.
I would love to do that. There we go.
Perfect. Okay, noted. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Excellent. This door looks safe.
I would like to put my ear up to the other door.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Choo, choo, choo.
As Grosslin walks up to the other door and she pushes her ear against it, the rest of you, passive perception of 11 or more, will notice her shadow do one of these. And then put his hand down and fold back into her normal shadow.
Nope. Back, nope. And he's gonna walk to the opposite side of the fucking room. Nope, nope, not touching that. Leaving. Nothing.
What is the matter with you?
Bruce is going to take his head and just put it in the water because he just feels soothed by being in water.
Give me a
know,
perception check.
Uh-oh.
Am I rolling another one?
No, just Bruce. Yeah, you push your head in the water. It feels cool. It's refreshing. The current is flowing past your head.
Oh. This breathes so much better.
So how's
What
Bruce? Is something weird about Bruce's shadow now?
Nothing weird about Bruce's shadow.
Okay.
Bruce is going to like slowly just like wade into it. Just
So you're gonna get into the water.
water is calming. Yes.
Yeah, it seems to be. You're even more buoyant than you're used to as the water's current is pushing you to the top.
How strong is the current? Like, you know, I'm from water.
Sure. It's light. It's not heavy or forceful. On the edges, as it comes up in the middle, it does go back down the sides. So your hour ticks by, and all of you get your hit points back, and your short rest is complete.
Man, can I just stay in this water? I like this water.
Sure,
We don't
but
have to go.
you'll be by yourself.
Yeah, you will be by yourself. We will be moving on.
Oh. by water, and I'll crawl out. Sad.
As you do step out of the pool, you shake off the water. It drips from you. Anybody with passive perception of 11 or higher will see his shadow shake like a dog, letting out all the water.
Do I see that? Because my passive perception's high.
Not your
High
own shadow.
enough for that.
Not your own shadow in that moment.
That was weird.
Well, what was weird?
Oh,
I'm
your
gonna-
shadow did this silly thing.
I walk over and just see if I can use my shadow to interact with that shadow.
Okay.
I do not let anyone come close to me.
So you're gonna
Like,
move. You're gonna
as
move
soon
away.
As soon as someone said that my shadow is weird, it's in the corner. I have my rod out. Just leave me alone, please. Ah! What's going on?
I'm very about him.
Brooks, as
I need
he's
you to be
protesting,
calm.
do you still? I mean, it's not gonna be hard for your shadows to touch, even if he's trying to keep it away. Do you still try to make that happen?
Please.
Oh, yeah, I'm still committing to this action.
Okay. So Brooks will get close enough. Your shadow's elongated as it is as you move to the corner. He's able to make shadow to shadow contact, but he's still a fair distance away from you.
Just as like towards his shadow, I want to shoot my rod, of ray of frost. Just like please leave me alone.
Okay, so you're gonna ray across the shadow where they
Yeah,
connect?
his shadow.
Okay, make an attack roll.
And I do. This should have changed it since I'm using my rod. I get a +1 to it because it's an enhanced arcane focus now with my infusion.
Sure. Okay.
But it doesn't matter.
You fire a ray of frost at the shadow as it comes close. It reacts just like a normal shadow. It doesn't flinch, move, or take any kind of attack. It hits. Spot on. Now, on the other side of the room, with Gautier, his shadow seems to separate a bit. And you hear a voice say, "Well, that's a bit rude now. Just shooting at people." And the shadow morphs back in.
And
Did we all hear this?
Yes, it was echoed in the room.
Yes, and I
Ah!
am of running
Okay.
outside.
Who was that?
That's a good question. I think it would be a shadow person.
Wait, your shadow person talks to
I am
you?
not. It talks to everyone, I think, but I don't think it's specifically my shadow person. I think it is a shadow person, maybe multiple.
Well, you definitely brought it in here, fat pal. Says the shadow as it separates and then falls back into your person.
Who the fuck are you? Why are you cursing us?
Semal. All the Semal. We're going to die in here.
The creepy sugar chocolate person was enough. I did. What? Who are you?
Who are you calling creepy? I am not creepy.
You are very creepy.
Creepy is a bit
You are
subjective.
a little creepy.
It's a kind of a subjective
Well-
thing, especially when you change your personality. That's kind of,
That isn't fair.
I think it's perfectly fair.
No, you're
I
perfectly
make
fair.
candy. I make candies. That is not.
You also make
Enough,
chocolate.
everyone.
Wait, you want me to make enough for everyone? I have my cooking pots here with me.
no, I mean, enough with the arguing.
Oh, I can cook.
And
Just get away
I,
from me.
Brooks ends up stepping toward, is it Gautier that last had his shadow maneuvered
Yes,
with?
it was.
And I announce, "Who are you, shadow being?"
The shadow will momentarily flex again out of Gautier's shadow, and he goes, "Well, I'm Gautier's shadow. Me and Gautier are just waiting for you to sleep so we can, get to the stabbing." And he'll morph back in.
My
Oh,
pike
that's
is
a terrible
leveled
thing.
at Gautier.
If you're
Bruce
going
is
to
now-
believe, I mean, like, honestly, that is not the plan. It might be his plan, but it is not my plan.
How can we be sure it's attached? It's attached directly to you.
Yes, it is.
Wait, do you think
But then
that my
again-
shadow has a person in it too?
It's possible. Yours did move, so did.
There is
Rock
something funny
Bruce's.
with your shadow.
And I announced to the room, "Are there any other shadows here?"
Gautier's shadow comes out again and says, "Hey guys, don't say anything." Shh, shh. And he morphs back in.
Well, I'm ready to die.
I'm just gonna
It
take my
wasn't
pike
nice
and start.
knowing all of you.
I'm gonna start stabbing at my shadow.
Where's the light source in this room?
That's a fantastic question. We'll call it a. Let's say there are 2 lanterns here and here.
I am def.
My thing is not. Is there a way to get rid of all the like icons that are like the squares?
I can definitely decrease their opacity, or increase their opacity, and
That would be excellent.
is that? Let's see.
Wait, I had a question.
Yes.
No, sorry, this is an in-character question.
What is it, friend?
Did it say his name was Gautier?
He said
thought
his
his
name.
name-
But
I thought his name was Shiny.
My name is what now?
We don't know
He
each
said
other's
it.
names.
We have amnesia, remember?
Oh no, I remember this, but I didn't hear what he said my name was.
Yeah, the shadow said Gautier.
Okay.
We're waiting for Gautier for you guys to sleep so me and Gautier can start having.
So your name is Gautier.
I suppose it is. Or he just
wanna
gave
come-
me a random name.
Why do you want to stab
I'm
us?
Gonna,
I don't want to stab you, I think.
I'm gonna kneel down on the ground and pound on my shadow and go, "What is my name? What is my name?"
the shadow pulls out of Gautier, just again separates briefly, and says, "That's right. Hey, keep up that. That's exactly what they want to hear. You're the good guy." And he morphs
I'm
back in,
gonna-
and your shadow, Grosslin, does nothing.
I would like
Oh
to
my God.
extinguish this torch.
Which one? The one you're next to? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Like, as soon as Shadow started, he runs, goes through the pool of water, because why not?
Mhm.
Calm down the anxiety, and he's just going to snuff out this torch.
Okay.
See if the shadows react to anything.
Okay. It's a relatively deep pool, so when you go into it, you kind of sink for a moment, and you swim to the other side. You get out, and you extinguish the torch. Half the room, it dims. The room dims, and the shadows go from being. There were definitely parts of that room where the shadows were doing that crisscross thing, but now all the light is definitely coming from one source, and the shadows become more pronounced. And the shadow separates again from Gautier and says, "That's right. Put out the light."
That's the last thing we should be doing.
Stabbing happens when the lights go out.
I wish you could remember if these things have happened to you before.
Something tells me I have never had a shadow come out of my shadow and say, "Let's kill people."
I've
God, I
never
hope
heard
that's
of
not where
talking
that happens.
shadows.
Okay. Gautier,
Yes.
I have an idea.
What is your idea?
Walk a little bit further towards the middle of the room.
Okay, I will gladly listen to this man.
Okay.
Stay right there.
Uh-huh.
Everyone else.
I'm gonna make.
Oh god,
like,
they're going to kill me.
No.
I take the dodge action.
I'm gonna make like a cross my throat symbol and point at the shadow.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna make. Okay.
Which, if the light source is here, I'm guessing the shadow is here.
So let's have everybody put their tokens on the board where they physically are standing for these kind of moments. Just because now we're playing with light angles.
I
I'm
just
going
want to know
to
where the
hide
where the
back,
shadow is.
in the water.
According to D&D Beyond, Gautier is an elf.
Yes, I am a... what else?
Okay, so that's where everybody's at.
So he's gonna be right here, the shadow.
Ish, yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna be like right next to him.
Okay. And you just. Okay. Noted.
I announce. Why are you here to harm us, Shadow?
Give me a persuasion check.
I would love to do that.
On a 17, the shadow splits off a bit from Gautier and says, yeah, you know, it's just what we do. Me and Gautier, you know, lure unsuspecting people in, pretend, take the minds from them, and then, you know, get to stabbing.
That doesn't sound right.
Speaking of stabbing, I'm gonna swing for that damn shadow.
Okay. Make an attack.
Reckless attack, so I have advantage on this.
Sure.
Sorry. Fine.
Ooh,
jeez.
roll that damage.
I roll an extra d10.
I love it.
Ah!
Well, you got another D10 still.
Yeah.
So you bring down your this is a great axe, rusted piece of metal, suddenly onto the shadow. You strike into the ground. 14, 15. Okay. The shadow splits away from Gautier, and you watch it slither under the door, separating fully from his actual shadow, and slides to the under the door. Where's it at? I need my clicker. This side, past Brooks.
Why?
Well, the
Why
good
is
news is we
everybody
know I
scared?
don't plan on stabbing you guys in your sleep.
Oh no, we still don't know that, but now we know that he can separate from you.
Yeah. I thought that was safe from suspicion.
Mm,
Well, should we move on from this room? I don't see anything here that should be keeping us here.
You said it slipped past the door next to me.
Yes. Did you have a melee
Uh,
weapon out? Oh, you actually can try to attack the shadow as it runs past you if you want to try.
Funny enough, I would love to give that a shot.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack.
All right. I end up switching into a stance that I feel is excellent at dealing with shadows.
Okay.
All right. 22. Does that hit?
It absolutely does. For 6 points of bludgeoning damage. As you strike into there. Now the floor itself gives back, and you are stomping on physical ground, but it seems to. The shape of the shadow seems to ripple under your blow as it slides under the door. What's your passive perception? What's the highest passive perception I have here?
Mine's
I have a 14.
14,
14.
15,
I have a 14.
14.
13.
11.
Okay.
11.
Marshall, you'll notice that it doesn't slip under the door. It slips through the door.
Hmm.
Just barely, imperceptibly for most people. It has width.
So it went between the two doors.
It physically passed through a solid object.
Oh. Alright, so they're non-corporeal for sure.
That instills so much less confidence in me.
Oh, okay. That's nice. They can go for walls. That's great.
So if I would I know that incorporeal things would need like magically damage? Like would I? Did it look like that rusted piece of metal did as much as it should have?
Give me. Well, it's hard. I would say hard to tell, but give me an Arcana check. Okay. Hard to tell. You know that flesh rends a certain way. Shadows are. Maybe you've had experience with them, maybe you haven't. But I will say, Bruce, you hear your own voice in your head. And it says, I don't think I can trust Gautier.
I don't trust anyone.
Hmm.
Thanks, asshole.
I think we already knew
I
that.
think that in my own head.
Oh,
In my own head. Of I hear that it's like I don't trust any of them.
I'm
So
gonna take
are
a minute
you replying
and
to?
Like, no, I just thought it to myself. Like, that's weird. No, why would I only say that? I'm stuck in here with 5 people I trust.
I'm gonna take a minute and inspect my shadow.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
I'm gonna do the same.
All right.
I'm gonna check all my pockets.
All
Go
3
back
of you
to stabbing
investigation
my shadow.
checks. And attacks from Argul.
You know what? It's out of my saddle, or at least, yeah.
Investigation. So, Brooks and Marshall, the lights are dim. And did your shadow wink at you? No, that's in your imagination. Larry, not Larry. I mean Groslin. Your shadow seems normal, and Argul, you smashed the hell out of that concrete stone work floor. Leave some big old
that was
cuts.
actually-
With
Oh, are you talking about the
rusted piece of metal? Yeah.
Gotcha.
And you all sit there. As you all sit there, looking at your shadows, attacking your shadows, moving around the room, the second lantern goes out and darkness fills the room.
I cast
I
light.
try and open the door next to me.
Okay. Groslin, quick on the reaction. Cast light. What are you casting it on physically? Your arm, your shield, your weapon, your hat, your eyeglasses.
Do we have anything that we're wearing on our heads?
And which door are you trying to open, Brooks?
I'm. Let's see. Who am I standing next to? I am
The one
casting
that
it on.
My character is currently closest to.
I'm casting it on Marshall.
Okay. So a piece of Marshall's clothing.
As darkness envelops, I'll throw on my other infusion that I have of night vision goggles.
So, in sequence, Bruce throws on the night vision goggles. The world goes black and white, and then suddenly, bright white, as Groslin's light spell takes effect on Marshall, who's now beaming with light. Brooks, which door? You said the one you're close to, so that's okay. So you go to that one. It's got the rope tied around it, so I'm assuming you start to undo the rope. And as you're in the middle of doing that, the lights flare up, and all the shadows extend and start connecting with each other. And your door opens. And on the other side, a very short, stubby hallway to another set of double doors where a pool of blood has been seeped under, stained. Let's go ahead and just do a quick drawing here for you. Draw freehand. You can get some red. Where that's not red. That's not the colors we want.
Guys, there's
right about there.
Blood.
And there. The first red line represents blood stain. The second red line, farthest away from you, represents an actual pool of liquid blood.
That's good. I go and open the door.
As you... Go ahead.
All the shadows are congregating. I'm attacking the fucking shadow monster that's congregating.
Okay. You continue to attack. Go and roll me 3 attacks. Brooks, you go to the other side and you open the door, stepping in the blood, and it opens up to the room you had previously entered. You notice the piles of bodies that had been congregated there before. This leads down to the south and west to that library area where you had the fight with the gnolls.
So the fresh pool of blood, does it congregate to any particular body?
There's just a pile. This whole room has piles of corpses stacked in various positions. There are a couple leaning up against the wall. Give me a history check.
Absolutely. Oh man.
These bodies,
It
you don't
is
remember
good.
them here before.
I don't remember these bodies here before.
What bodies?
The ones in the original branch away.
I'll go. Oh, I did not notice that this went back this way.
Give me a history check,
Uh,
Crossland.
And I see that Marshall moved his token next to me.
Marshall, you may roll a history check too if you're taking interest in.
Maybe one of us can get over a 10.
No, Grossland doesn't remember the layout of the room. Maybe these bodies were here, maybe they weren't. Same thing with Marshall. Nobody remembers that there were bodies this close to the door.
I don't remember the close of the door.
Yeah, me either.
Momentarily, real quick. Grosson, I'm going to move your token away because he's representing physical movement. Argul and Bruce, you hear Gautier say, "Great, we've got him alone. Let's get to the stabbing."
God
I
damn
knew
it.
this was going to happen.
You motherfucker, you.
You realize that is a terrible why am I I didn't hear this, so why am I a motherfucker?
I'm hiding in the water. Like, I'll submerge myself.
You literally just said you were going to kill us.
I said no such thing, you have terrible ears.
I just heard your goddamn voice saying it's time to get to the stabbing. They are all alone now.
I don't think I could kill both of you, maybe one of you, but why would I try that? This is a terrible plan.
Yes, wait till there's only one of them, then we'll get them.
Yes, that's a great fuck you.
And Spoopy
Wait.
throwing down all the inspiration, so you all who named
Were you
in the
talking
chat.
to yourself?
No, I was not talking to no.
Then why did I
Talking
just
to
hear
this-
two of your voice talking to yourself?
It's like there's a shadow that can manipulate people's voices.
Great, now we're even more.
You just hear, like,
fantastic.
sobbing from under the water.
Give me another perception check, Bruce.
And am I able to hear the argument
Hey.
from the other room?
Oh, yes. Now, there's not a big distance here. They started shouting suddenly, and there were accusations being thrown about stabbing. And Bruce, at the bottom of the pool, several feet down, as you kind of take some time and you're under the water, you see a black... it looks like just a black piece of armor sitting at the bottom of the where this pool kind of ends, about 3 feet below you.
Is it just resting there, or
Just resting there. It's being tossed around a little bit by the current, but it's more lightly spinning.
is the current bad enough that it would disrupt my swimming? Since
No,
I
not
got
at all.
innate swimming.
Not at all.
Then I'll swim and cry down there because I'm still scared of big scary green man yelling at the one who's threatening to stab me.
Okay. So
Everything's scared.
going back to the top, Brooks, yes, you heard most of that conversation.
And I rush back into the room. At this point, are the shadows still in this mid-conversion, or have they grouped into one being?
The light hasn't, like the shadows moving and solidifying was more of a result of there being one bright light coming from Marshall. And as Marshall left the room, the shadows kind of moved around. You're not getting the immediate sense that this is a shadow monster forming into a giant shadow. It's just
Okay.
you're being extra particularly aware of shadows at this moment.
Ain't that the truth? Okay.
What do you think is on the other side of these doors?
Let's open and find out.
Shadow.
I love this plan.
There
Apparently
has
we
been
were
shadows
hired.
going through that door. So,
Well, there's nothing but dead bodies on the other side of the other doors.
Also, the shadow went toward the dead body's door. It went right past me, and well, you can actually see the stone right next to me where I smashed.
Interesting.
That was my foot, by the way.
When I get down to the armor, I want to inspect it, and if I had the time, I would start ritual casting Identify on it.
I would say 10 minutes
I
under
don't
the
have
water.
I don't have a pearl. Never mind.
Fair. Give me an investigation check. And you're opening the door, Grosslin?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to give you a moment to look at the what's physically on the other side. I'm going to
Oh.
describe this investigation check. This armor is
With advantage.
with advantage.
No, I don't have advantage. I just
This is a finely crafted piece of shit. What's the armor that's 17 armor class? Breastplate?
Split mail?
Not plate mail, that's 18.
No, split mail.
Whatever the 17 armor class thing is. This is a finely crafted piece of heavy armor. It's black. It's got kind of gnarled spikes on the shoulder pads, warped backwards just a bit, as if they were aerodynamic, right? Big brown leather straps around the center. It looks like a very formidable piece of equipment.
I poke it with my rod.
Yeah,
Just
it moves gently as you would expect a piece of armor would.
can I pick it up?
Yeah,
Like and start swimming my way up?
absolutely. And you reach the surface with a piece of gnarly looking armor.
Hey guys. I'm gonna keep the armor below the water and just poke my head out, like a fish.
What?
Which one of you likes scary, heavy things when you fight? Like you wear it.
Armor?
Yeah. You like scary things?
I didn't
what
think
kind of
armor was scary.
I'll pull up the gnarled armor.
Yeah, it looks like highly stylized breastplate with some kind of studded spikes on the shoulder.
Ooh, that looks interesting. Maybe a fighter would wear it.
He's been the one threatening to stab people.
I have done no such thing. You have crazy ears or some sort of thing.
Look,
Why would I announce it?
I would prefer if we find out, but look, if I give this to you, you can't stab me, man.
I'd probably be better on someone else. It's a little heavy for me.
I can put it up. I'm not going to wear it. I need my pecs to breathe a little bit more than armor. I can put that up if you need me to.
Marshall, this looks significantly tougher and more sturdy than anything you're wearing.
I don't know that it looks scary. It definitely looks intimidating, but not scary. But let me give it a shot.
Okay, and I'm still in the water. I'm just going to push it out. Once you're close enough, just push it out of the pool.
Okay.
I found it at the bottom. I poked it. It looked safe. But, I don't have the tools to find out if it is safe. If we can find, I think I need a pearl. If we can find a really nice pearl, maybe I can tell you what it is.
You also have the ability to spend an hour at a short rest and learn about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I take the armor. What do I need to put in my notes here for equipment?
Just plate armor.
So, it's, you said it was the 17, so it's flint mail.
Yeah, I was mistaken. It's plate armor. It's just the body of plate armor.
Oh. Damn.
With the door that Rosalind opened while they're looking at the armor, what is it that is in that room?
Okay. So as you take a moment between Bruce coming out of the water and Marshall inspecting the equipment, the door opens and there are two torches, one in the north center and one in the south center, built in with into the stonework as their own smaller stone pillars, flame flickering at the top and the bottom. In the center, as depicted, this pedestal, rectangular pedestal with steps leading up to it, a flat surface on the top, almost a bedding made of stone. There's seems to be carvings in a language. What language does anybody here speak? Well, shit. What languages do y'all know?
Orc in common.
Celestial and primordial.
Elf and Draconic. And
Everybody
Common.
knows common.
Or common and elven.
Primordial.
Abyssal, celestial.
It's abyssal, Brooks. This is
Right,
abyssal
and-
runes.
Even though I don't know myself, I can recognize what it says.
If you can speak the language, you know that it is abyssal in nature, but these are arcane runes. Are you a caster? You're a
I'm
monk. So
monk.
yeah, they don't mean anything. You recognize the lettering, but you don't recognize what it says.
Do you need some help finding out? You know, I'm good with magic if you tell me what it means.
Wait a second.
I'm just seeing if maybe we can work together to figure it out, as I am a caster.
Well, that's the thing. I recognize this, but I don't know what it's actually saying. Am I so okay? Do I know the like conjugation of it?
You recognize it as abyssal lettering. The letters
So like
aren't
I would be able
arranged
to
in a
pronounce it, but not understand it.
the individual letters you could pronounce. Bruce, you can give me an Arcana check at disadvantage if you guys are if you're going to work together.
Yeah, I pronounce the lettering as he inspects it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, you've never heard these syllables spelled out or pronounced out in this order. The language barrier of magical language is a bit twisted. As you know.
Well,
Go ahead.
Well, sorry. It's a little bit weird. I wish I could have been more helpful. Please don't stab me.
Does anyone else understand this?
No, this is not anything I recognize.
Okay. Then, by all means, I think that the next action is justifiable, and I try and slam my fist into the, bed to destroy it.
Okay, make an attack. It is a stone tablet, but you're not incapable of breaking it. You hurt your hand with the first natural one. You bring it up, and it's good. You follow through into the stone.
Oh, my
but it
form's
bounces.
excellent. I know.
It bounces back, and whoo! Take 1 point of damage with that.
Okay. And then I try to do it with my heel.
Okay. I'll take the 21. You put your heel into it, and there's a resounding thud as your heel cracks against the stone. The stone itself undamaged.
Sorry, I was able to hear the cracking,
Yeah, the stone took no damage from your foot.
but there was cracking like.
Just the sound of your foot hitting the stone
Oh,
reverberated
my
loudly.
foot is cracking. Excellent.
your foot is fine, but there was a lot of noise because you hit it really hard.
I would like to take a closer look at this thing.
Can't we just open it? Why are we trying to break it? Just push it off, if it's what I think it is.
Of course you would say that.
Can I do an
You
Arcana
need to
check?
chill.
Yeah, you may also do one at disadvantage.
I'd also like to. I don't know if that's. I have +2 in it.
Did it go twice?
In Arcana, yeah, go ahead.
I kinda
You can
like
roll it normal. You're not rolling disadvantage, Brooks. Okay, so a 15 on Grosslin, an 8 for Brooks.
See, I seek to understand the world, but I don't really.
You're having difficulty as well, Brooks. Kind of the purpose here is unknown. It's very clearly looks like a sacrificial table. There's blood. There's probably somebody was killed on here. Like this is screaming sacrificial table to everyone. Grosslin,
Yes.
you're looking at this table. The language is foreign. Your language is foreign. You don't understand it, but there's a vibe here. A familiar transfer of power vibe here that you're not sure why familiar.
This feels very oddly familiar. Is there some sort of power transfer that happens here?
Do we need to worry about you now?
You hear
I mean,
I
yes.
don't know what you mean.
You all hear Gautier say, well,
Yeah,
why does somebody lie down on it?
Why don't you lie down on it?
I didn't say anything.
I
I'll lie
suggest
down on
either
it.
the chocolate person or
Chocolate
Gautier.
or Gautier. Okay. That's fine.
I rule the chocolate person because the chocolate person knows what it's for.
I don't like chocolate. I'm
Can you
actually
go back to being
allergic
the chocolate one?
Can you go back?
I don't like it when he's in charge. We get fat.
Holy
was nice
shit!
to me.
Why are you
Oh,
lying
damn,
down,
Marshall,
Paladin?
what are you doing?
Who's Tom?
All right, Marshall. You watch as Marshall takes a step up onto the platform. You lay down on it.
Yeah, I'll lay down on it.
Okay. A spike pierces your chest. It's about a foot past your sternum. Out as soon as you place your body on it. I'm going to roll some damage dice.
Why would you do this?
Why did the guy who paid for this immediately die?
He's not dead yet.
25 points of damage as the spike
He's
pulls,
dead.
pierces your chest. It does that and instantly kill you. What is your hit point total?
35?
My hit point is 20. So.
He's fine. He's alive. He's alive, but he's bleeding out. You watch as a pool of blood begins to seep down the table, filling the runes and the grooves as it flows, and he stops moving.
Why are we listening to the Shadow Man?
Can I pull him? Like, has the spike retracted enough that I can pull him?
It is still there in place, certainly there, but you feel with help you could lift him off.
Green man, please, please.
Green Man walks around, like keeping an eye on literally everyone.
All right, real quick, we're gonna pause. I need initiatives because this just got very specific. So I'm gonna put the initiative tracker down. Everybody roll initiative, please, including Marshall. Marshall's gonna start making death saving throws until we come up with some kind of solution to.
Like
you didn't
like
click on
me
his
putting,
token.
like me
that's
putting my
proper.
hands on him and healing.
If you were gonna do that immediately, we don't have to do initiative. But people weren't doing that
Guys,
immediately, so
I
we're.
did roll it.
Oh, did you? Did you?
I do
Okay.
have. I do have cure wounds if we can.
All right. So, and we're gonna in sequence here. You watch as Bruce and Argul begin to get in position. Grosslin walks over and gives 2 hit points to Marshall, who is currently impaled by a spike. Marshall, your eyes open, and just an immense flare of pain as you look down, and the spike is protruding out of your chest. And Argul and Bruce are about to shovel you away, but you're not dying at the moment. You just feel real bad.
Like, I'll drop the cure wounds on. My idea was to get
him off the spike
the
first.
spike and then cure wounds.
I would suggest
That's what
not
you're here for. I'm
to
not
lay down
very
on this.
strong.
The barbarian's just gonna lift this guy off the spike. At this
All right,
point.
the two of you, each of you, give me a strength check. Not a relatively hard check, but
I should
it's
just have
time
Ryan
sensitive.
lift to pull him off.
It's a time sensitive and delicate procedure. Okay, you manage to pull him off. He gets off the spike. That's easy. You can lift the body. He does probably immediately go unconscious. Takes 3 points of damage as you
And I
rip
will
it out the
drop
other way.
cure wounds on him immediately.
You watch as, let me see the amount. Go ahead and cast it. 11 hit points as the wound closes up. You see the skin roughly knit itself back together. And Marshall, you're conscious again.
Stay with me. Stay. And the fuck, man? What part about sacrificial table did you think meant? Oh, this is a good time to sleep. We're all
it-
gonna fucking die in here.
That's, yeah, that was a thing. Has anything changed about the table now?
Gautier, give me an investigation check.
Sure thing.
Marshall, you were wearing chainmail before, right?
I put on the plate before I walked back in the room.
Well, that takes some time. Like that would have been
Yeah,
a
so
good like
probably the
15
chainmail's
minutes
gone.
of like straps and putting it on.
Yeah, 20.
Okay. So, just so we make sure we're good on all angles real quick. It just would have taken time to put on the plate mail. So I'm assuming you started to put it on, and then you laid that on the table? Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that it was also a semi-short rest where we were taking time to investigate the table. So if, like, while we were trying to figure out the runes, because I saw him type about that.
It was everything kind of happened pretty quickly. Otherwise,
He started
point.
putting on the plate a while ago.
So my understanding, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't want to rewind too much, but Bruce got out of the water as the door was being opened, and you were looking at the table. So
Yeah,
Bruce
people
and Marshall
were already kind of looking at it before I got down.
It all kind of happened in sequence. So Marshall was probably close to getting the armor, like, situated and strapped in. Somebody else would have had to help him finish putting it on, and then he laid down on the table. Which, at the moment, means his chainmail is destroyed. He hasn't put on he still has the armor, the plate mail. And Gautier gave me an investigation check to look at the table. His blood is running down the, almost like a series of miniature gutters on each side of the table, draining on the left and the right in 4 separate funnels that disappear into the floor.
Okay then. I'll point this out to the rest once we are confirmed Marshall was alive.
Is it too late to stop it from getting in there?
Probably.
That is unfortunate.
Something tells me it does not have enough though, because nothing's happened yet.
No one else is getting on the goddamn table.
I have no desire to get on the table.
Yeah, I don't suggest getting on the table.
No, is the spike still up?
Yes, no, it's still there.
I don't think it matters right now. The spike is still here.
It's
Unless
about
someone wanted to take a seat on it.
it's about the size of my wrist in width at the base.
Oh, that's
and
smaller than I imagined.
Can we just leave this place? Everything here is scary.
Yes, let's.
And like, I don't feel at tip of my game, and you know, none of this is good. Let's leave.
So do we go back the way we came, or do we go back the way we came?
Go back
So-
the way we came.
While they're clearing out, Agu's gonna go on the other side and like, I could push this. I'm gonna push this. And Argul's gonna try and you there, one who just got hole through your chest, please move. I don't want to push this over on you. Thank you. And push.
Okay. So give me a strength check. Marshall, are you going to resume putting on the armor? You're about halfway
Yes.
to buckling it up. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. You push. Your arms begin to strain. The veins are popping out. And it tumbles over. It disconnects from its base, which looks to be just a groove that it was sitting in. You thrust it over, and this large rectangular stone tumbled off to the other side, and immediately below you, is a hole. Descends first into the stonework stairs, and then immediately into kind of a gravel, dirt, natural square hole, straight in the darkness, unknown depth.
I jump in.
So it's further than 60 It's further than 60 feet.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Brooks, how are you doing this?
I do a bit of a light jog and place my left hand onto the side, the edge of the table, and then maneuver my entire body over the side and then into the hole.
Okay. Do you have any dark vision or low light vision? What's your race?
My race is changeling, and I'm a monk.
I do not believe they have. Okay, so essentially, just vision-wise, everything goes dark quickly as you jump down.
Oh, another one bites the dust.
As you all watch, as Brooks leaps into the hole.
Why?
We'll have to go down with him. Hopefully he survives. I'll be going down.
Several.
I'll take the stairs. What?
Wait, no, you're an elf. I'm sorry. I thought you were
Yes.
human for a second.
Well, there's no stairs going down.
There's an, I thought you said there was a.
The stairs go up into the stone platform, and then it's
Oh,
just
and then
a
it's a straight hole.
drop. Did I describe that poorly to anybody else?
No, I understood
Okay.
it's just a straight drop down.
So Brooks,
Do you want some light?
I have a little bit of light, but more light is always good. What I would like is some rope.
I'm gonna
Here.
go grab the 100 feet of rope we left in the other room.
Will work.
Nobody do anything yet. I'm going to tie the ropes together.
Brooks, you hit water at an uncomfortable distance down. There's a moment where you might have considered this to have been a bad action. Give me
Do
an
I
I'd
hear
say
a
about
splash?
3/8 of the way down. Yeah.
give me an athletics check, because you just got to find the right hit water shape.
Belly flop.
All right.
This is not my game.
That's fine. That's fine. 10 points of damage as you smash the water really hard. You hit it at a bad angle. Your back, your legs hit. Your back tumbles over. You smash into the side of the wall a bit, but it's all shocking as you're suddenly filled, surrounded by this cool flowing water.
Oh yeah.
As the current starts to push you away.
Excellent. I go with the current.
Okay. All right. While that happens, what is everybody else doing? Are you getting rope and
I'm gonna light the rope.
you all hear a splash?
Oh, water.
Don't jump.
Hey, Fishman, you're coming with me now.
I'm going.
I thought I was big fish.
Oh, by mistake. I'm sorry, Big Fish. Big Fish, you're coming with me.
I'm
You
gonna
say
pull a
fist?
Titan out.
Big Fish. I guess he could be a big fist. I don't know.
I'm fist man, personally.
Marshall,
I'm
there's
a
one
bird.
strap you can't reach, and once you connect it, the armor will be on. You're gonna need some help.
Putting.
I mean, I'm
Titan
right next
into
to him.
ground.
I'll help him.
As
I'm
you
smashing
help
Titan
that
into
last
concrete.
buckle, the armor begins to grab. It tightens, and these interlocking metal plates, kunk, 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 chink, 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 all down your body, over your head, completely immerses you in almost an Iron Man style full plate suit. You have
Oh.
complete mobility, but you are completely inside of a full plate suit now.
Okay, well, I'm ready to go down the hole now. I think I
Okay.
just helped create our death.
You may add, and this is I'm automatically attuning this to you, but please add demon armor to your inventory and equip it.
Okay, so
It's in
Demon
D&D
armor?
Beyond. Demon armor.
okay.
You will find that
It's
the next time
very
you try to
shiny.
take this off, it won't come off.
Oh boy.
I'm putting a Titan into the ground and tying 100 feet of rope to it.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Brooks.
cast light on the rope.
All right. The rope lights up all the way down. Brooks, you are swimming. You
I
are
am.
going with it. Okay. It's hard to see. Give me an athletics check. This one, just flat check, as you try to navigate the current and find its natural flows. You're not bashing into walls and the twists and the turns. Okay. Ed-
What's a flat check?
Just one. I was gonna say advantage or disadvantage, but a flat check just means roll one.
Okay.
Oftentimes situations are easier or harder. I was weighing whether or not you being blind and being pushed in the current was harder or easier. Okay, so you have a constitution of 18. You can hold your breath for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You continue to move through the water. A minute passes as it pushes you down twists and turns. It seems to be one flow. And at a brief moment, you feel the flow begin to split, left or right. Which one would you like to attempt to go down?
Left.
Okay, give me one more athletics check. Okay. Your attempt to go left is sudden. It's tough to react. You end up going to the right. Whether that was good or bad, at
Who
the moment
knows?
you can't tell. Another minute passes. You're pretty good at holding your breath. You haven't bumped into
Absolutely.
anything. And you find yourself 3 minutes in, suddenly airborne, as you're ejected out of a feels like a waterfall. Underground flowing of water opened up into a large cavern, and you begin to fall again. Moment goes.
Is it completely dark still?
Yes, there's no light down here, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is worse than like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride when I was 8 years old.
I'll go down by myself. I mean, no offense, but I'm better in water, and like you'll honestly probably just slow me down.
I'm glad that
Like,
that's
come
what
in
you
af-
think.
Okay, you're going.
But I don't intend on listening.
Like, you know, I'm gonna go ahead of you. I can swim faster than you, and whoop, I'll start climbing down.
I'm just gonna.
He's made a mistake. He's alone with me.
I'm gonna.
Man, fucking try it.
I'm not. This is fun to say.
Like, let's do it. Bruce is ready.
So you two climbing down or jumping down?
I'm climbing. I don't know
mean-
what he's doing.
I said I was climbing.
Okay, all right.
I just wanted to go down first.
No, that's
and,
fair.
you know,
I just didn't hear it. So you guys begin to climb, and you start descending down. Is anybody else doing anything while they do this?
Oh,
I'm
I
keeping
climb
an eye
down.
on the rope. I don't trust any of these fuckers.
Okay.
Flying, apparently.
So as they get out of sight, Argul, Grosslin, and Marshall, you hear a voice. It says, "Yeah, getting him alone with Gautier was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Wow, y'all are. That was." Bruce, Gautier, Bruce first. You get to the water. It's flowing, what seems to be immediately an underwater river, under cavern, under rock river. It's flowing a lot rougher than the fountain. What would you like to do?
Okay. I still got my, goggles. My swim goggles. So I'm jumping in the water and swimming.
Perfect.
I can breathe. This is great.
And it's cool. It's refreshing, and the current takes you, and you're flowing fast. Gautier, same thing.
When we get to the sure, why not?
Okay. You jump in. What's your constitution?
16.
16. Okay, you can hold your breath for 4 minutes. First off, Bruce, as you're going, you see.
Oh no, I was like 12.
12. Okay. You see up ahead a left and a right passage coming up, and oddly enough, there's a not a sign, but there's a carving in the wall over the left one that seems to indicate danger. Do you go left or right?
I mean, Bruce would want to go right, but I know I should be going left. Or,
Yeah, go with what your character would do.
you know what? Can I just leave it? I'm just gonna roll a d4.
Okay. 1 and 2
on
will go
evens,
left.
Left. On,
Okay.
however you determine it. Then.
All right. You go right. Look at that.
4.
You were like, I gotta be brave. I gotta go the dangerous route. Right before you get there, you go the non-danger route. Gautier, you have dim low light vision, right?
Yeah.
This is darkness, unfortunately. Give me an athletics check.
Wait, so isn't it low light for me?
No. Wait, does darkness become low light for you?
Darkness
Yeah.
becomes low light for
Perfect.
Darkness becomes dim light.
Still give me an athletics check. We'll just.
Cool.
That's
That's
the
not
most
what I'm looking for.
carrot dangling I ever saw.
By the way, Brooks, you fall only momentarily before you find yourself in water again. Still, not as fast as a flowing current as you were just being pulled through. You seem to be, at least from the sound of the waves, in some kind of large cavern. The bottom of a waterfall.
Okay. I slowly just start swimming a direction that is like kind of diagonal. It's with the current, but also going
Perfect.
horizontal from it.
It's very quickly you find a rocky shore.
Excellent.
Gautier, you're tumbling
7.
around a bit in there. You're gonna hit your head at least one time for 2 points of damage as you bashed around. You're coming up to the intersection, left or right. You feel the current flexing at a moment. What do you do?
So it's the left or right kind of thing?
It's left or right. You don't see the signage. You don't have any indication that one is worse than the other. They seem to be roughly the same shape.
I don't know. Let's go right.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. The flow is pulling more right than left, and you find an easy glide to it, and you arms forward, protecting the head a bit, and just shoot down. And you and Bruce, one moment after another, are ejected into the dark cavern below. Bruce, if they're screaming, you hear it, but you definitely hear the splashes right behind you as you begin to crawl out of the cavern.
Oh. Well, that was fun. oh. You don't have gills.
Does that mean I'm next?
No, I do.
Well, is whatever you would like to do.
I flexed my gills and just like make sure he gets out all right.
Okay.
I was on my way down the rope. So.
Okay. So, if you're on your way down the rope, same thing. Just give me one athletics check. Tell me left or right, and then another athletics check. And what's your constitution?
14.
Perfect.
Left.
Unfortunately, the water pool's too heavy to the right, and you're unfortunately not able to go that way. And you do eject about a minute later into the cavern. You will take no damage on the way, but you all hear Grosslin right behind you. Like a cannonball.
Without gills.
Argul and Marshall, what were you doing this time?
All right, big armored man, you're next. I don't know why I went German. All right, big armored man, you are next.
If you say so, I'll start climbing down then.
Okay. As you begin to climb, the rope makes it pretty easy. You get to the water, and it's pretty forceful. What's your constitution?
Constitution is 15.
15, okay. So you jump into the water?
Yep.
Okay. Most everyone here hits the water and their body kind of flows to the chute. You're a giant piece of metal now. And so you kind of hit the bottom of the floor and you feel the water kind of pushing against your back. The current is you're going to have to put some effort into this to go with it. What do you do?
So it's not assisting me. I have to go against the current.
It's assisting you. So essentially what's happening is they were just forcefully pushed. You're going to have to kind of run through the water. You're going to go a lot slower than them. But if you were to stop moving, your suit might just rest on the bottom of the current and not move at all.
Yeah, I'm not just going to sit. So I'm going to go with the rest of them.
Okay. So just give me an athletics check. Yours is just representing not swimming, but kind of sprinting. Fucking perfect. You are pushing through, and your legs are pumping. They're grabbing and pushing, but you're using your arms too. As you're grabbing the cavern, you're pushing yourself across, and you're getting some decent speed. In moments, there are moments where you get a little bit of water, a little bit of air, and you glide forward, and you get to the fork. It says, it doesn't say anything. You have dark vision? You're a...
I'm a human.
Yeah, there's a fork, because obviously you have a choice, left or right.
Left.
Okay. You start to go left as it pushes. You said 14 was your constitution? You have 3 minutes. 15.
15.
You have 3 minutes of being conscious underwater before you black out, and you're feeling your limits. You're feeling your limits push as I'd say as your vision begins to black, but the whole thing's black anyway. As you're pushing, you feel the air hit the top of your head, sink in through the suit, and you come out taking a breath in I'd say it's a river, a cavern, another cavern, but you're not deposited out of a waterfall. You're deposited in kind of a forceful river. Argul. Athletics check. Go left, right.
First, I'm pulling the python and wrapping the rope around my body.
Okay.
So that I have that little light and I can still see.
Okay.
And then dive.
Okay. So you jump. Give me an athletics check for... this one at advantage because you know water's coming. It's just a height that might cause damage. Okay. You managed to dive well, and you were pulled with the current. Give me an athletics check for swimming. Okay. You get a great dive, but immediately your shoulder jams against the side. You're twisted about in an awkward angle. Take 5 points of damage. You feel the current pushing you left or right. Which one do you go?
Right.
You head towards the right. Give me an athletics check. You manage to guide yourself easily in the direction. Your body was listing a little bit to the left. You just kind of grab the ledge and thrust yourself over, and you're deposited out of the waterfall as everybody previously. One at a time, each of you landing in the pool of water. Marshall.
I end up announcing, happy you guys made it.
Are they all accounted for?
Roll call.
I have dark
Let's
vision.
see. Candy, weird person. Green man. Scary demon man now. Or I don't know what you are.
Got
Scary
you.
metal man.
And-
And the one who wants to stab me.
And
I
you
don't
see,
want to stab
and you see the, you actually do see the armored form of Marshall standing with you.
Wait, which one am I?
You're the one who wants to stab me. He's the scary metal man.
What?
No, not
When?
not you. Gautier is the one who wants to stab me.
Okay, who am I then?
You're the dumb one who jumped into darkness.
Yeah.
I'm the
You're-
one that is actually facing the trials that we were promised to pay for, so...
You know,
I mean-
there's facing a trial, then there's being suicided, then
The
there's
You
you.
said that the metal man is with us.
Yeah, no, you see Marshall there. You see the big blackened suit of armor standing there. Marshall
nothing's
actually
just-
looks at you and says, "Yeah, that was one hell of a ride."
That seems weird to me as a
Usually he's so
player.
silent. I didn't know he talked.
Give me insight checks, you
Yeah.
metagaming motherfuckers.
I was
It's
just
not
making.
metagaming if
I
you
wasn't.
told
ma-
us.
I wasn't metagaming. I was making a joke about Sadler being quiet. I wasn't actually trying to metagame.
No, it's fine. The only way to actually resolve this is an insight check.
Oh, are
we
we
all
just able to
suck
make
at
them?
this.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Okay.
Argul, are you? Well, you don't want if you don't want to be suspicious, you don't have to roll anything.
God, we suck. We're gonna die.
Can I take my passive 11?
Argul,
Oh wait, inspiration. We all have inspiration, guys.
if this
We
is
do
the
have
moment where you'd like to use
I'd
it,
like to use my inspiration.
okay. I'm gonna.
What is inspiration?
Yeah, you get to re-roll a d20.
Oh.
So part of the thing that the chat can give you is inspiration by spending points that they have accrued by watching the stream. Okay. I need his stats actually. All right. So let's see. Argul. So Argul rolled. Okay, 18. Argul. You're the only one who. Yeah, but you feel like something's off, because how many splashes were there? 5, 6? Math is
I came in
hard.
last.
Oh, you did. Oh, you have. He's been a little quiet, but people do talk. It's a toss-up. I'm gonna leave that to you. Everybody else here, this is Marshall. Marshall's been with you the whole time. He's just got this new creepy suit of armor on. This is
We
him.
know his name is Marshall now.
No, you don't. But
We know him as Shiny Human.
I'm still not getting.
I'm no
close
longer
to him.
shiny.
The only person I'm actually going to get close to is Gautier.
What? I got it. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I got it.
Big brain time.
I got you.
But you're also the one I was with the longest
No, that's
through
fair.
the walk. So
That's
like,
fair.
I apologize.
oh, you're great. I'm just falling off my treadmill. Let's pause there just a moment, and that's a great place to take a 10-minute break.
Yay!
Blessed.
Use the bathroom, refresh your waters, get some food, whatever you need. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna hit the Bad Daddy button, and we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Bad Daddy.
Why are you attacking us?
I'm not.
He keeps kicking me in the dick. Why? Why does he keep kicking me in the dick?
Bad Daddy. Not your son. Bad Daddy. Real boy. Bad Daddy.
It keeps kicking me in the neck.
That came out.
Vanilla
Why
does it keep kicking me in the neck?
Bad Daddy. Not your son.
The main thing that I went in with Bruce is I just wanted to be different and more humanoid than Galchober.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back.
Nope.
I'm
Hello.
Uncommon, and welcome to Uncommon Gaming. We're the second half of episode 2 of Deputy Group number 3 with the very much human Bruce. Very cool. No, actually, I like the
human.
I like the dynamic. So, fun stuff. We're gonna start with Marshall. Marshall. Marshall, you come out of the water, and you have very much like the water's flowing past you at a fast rate, but you can stand, and your cavern is glowing softly with a light purple, glow. As you take a moment to look around, give me a quick perception check.
Okay.
You see mushrooms, luminescent mushrooms, in large patches throughout this cavern. It looks to be hundreds of feet back, wide on each side, and it extends a bit behind you, kind of an upward slope, covering the river you came out of. Now, the key here, the thing that sticks out the most about this cavern, is it's deep and steeped. The purple. What's purple plus red? There's a lot of blood. There are pools and puddles of this substance that leads up and flowing from the jaws and the maws of several demons. A large variety and a large quantity of demons. Now, big demons munching on indistinguishable corpses, little demons fighting over scraps, demons off to the side, wrestling, fighting, something, squishy noises and howls and growls, and it seems you have stumbled upon an endless cavern of something connected directly to the abyss. Give me an insight check.
Okay.
Unless you're immediately acting.
I'm not gonna immediately act.
A couple of demons, most of them, noticed your arrival. They looked over you, and then they went back to what they were doing.
Okay. Are they speaking in common, or are they speaking in abyssal, or what?
They seem to be speaking in abyssal. You seem to be able to understand it, as they are chatting amongst themselves about, as you take a moment to listen, their meals, what they plan on doing for the rest of the evening, fighting over a something indistinguishable, whatever a Garglax is on the other side. They're angry about it. No one seems to comment on you.
Okay. Do I see any exits or anything like that other than the way I came?
The way you came is the only immediately distinguishable exit. The cavern's large. You think maybe if you went deeper, you might find something. But in your suit of armor, you feel like you could climb back up.
What, climb back up the hill ahead of me?
Well, I was saying you could pass back the way you came because your armor's heavy enough to allow you to go against the current.
Oh, gotcha.
It'd be a challenge, but it might be feasible.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna stay here, wander a little bit, but not get close to anything before I go back.
Okay. Spend some time investigating, listening.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me both a perception and an investigation, and we'll go back to the other side of the water.
Yep.
So you stand there, all accounted for. Your entire party has made it to this side. It's dark, so if you don't have dark vision, you see
We have a light
nothing. Oh, right, you have a rope that's glowing.
strapped to me.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's there.
Yeah.
Gang's over here.
Qui est-vous? And he's just looking at Shadow Marshal.
Okay.
Who are you?
Give me a persuasion check.
Great, barbarian persuasion checks, everybody. Jesus!
Hey!
Marshall looks behind him, looks to his left and his right, and he kind of steps out of your line of sight to see what you're looking at.
Hey, green guy? What's going on?
You all
That
hear in
is not
Argul's.
him.
You all hear in Argul's voice. How would this go? Right after you said, "This is not him," he's going to say, "Ah, shit, nothing." He didn't think of anything fast enough.
This is not him. The smell is not right.
You smell us?
I
Yes.
move in to attack.
Okay. Who are you attacking?
I am going to attempt to attack Argul.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So, and here's what we're gonna do, because I usually don't PvP, but I'm putting you in this scenario myself. So, Argul, Brooks, you may roll initiative, and anybody else who wants to immediately react to the tension in the room.
Okay.
And just
oh,
to
wait.
confirm,
I'm gonna-
Argul
Did I
slash
click-
Marshall, that's the same person, right?
No.
Oh,
So-
I'm trying to attack the shadow.
Okay, that makes more sense. Make an attack
Who
roll.
is the half-orc?
I was like, this is about to get okay. Yeah, let's go infighting.
He's going
Holy
for
crap.
him? I'm so sorry.
No, you're great. You're great. Hey, Scorpion. Yeah, I'll give you a couple beeps on the treadmill for that. But only because you asked neutrally and not nice at all.
Haste
All right.
Corp.
With a 16, you come forward and unarmed strike, throw a fist at Marshall. The form that is a black plate mail creature dissipates into black shadowy. Like you make contact and it's not a hard piece of metal. It's fleshy. As you hit it, it falls backwards and into the ground. It takes some damage, but then it immediately recedes into the floor.
So the armor, like Marshall, is no longer.
Right. It looked like Marshall. You hit it. It felt fleshy, and it just kind of fell into the floor and dissipated.
Okay. I turn to Connor's character, and sorry, I haven't learned everyone's names yet.
That's
but
our ghoul.
that's
if you-
our goal.
If I do have the names under their photos
Yes.
on the stream, it might help if you
Oh,
like
okay.
took a screenshot. If you can't watch it,
Yeah.
just
Okay. Yeah, I'll check them on in a bit. But I turn to Argul and I say, "You're lucky."
Luck. It had nothing to do with it. It's just that you have all lost your bestial instincts.
what's up?
Oh, I'm just saying you're lucky that I trusted you.
I wouldn't have stabbed him myself.
How big of an area are we in right now?
It's past your vision on most of the walls in the caverns. It's large, past 120, past 100, past 60. I'm going to interject one more bit of chaos here. Grosslin.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Exactly as you're looking around, Grosslin, with your switch, kind of happening at this moment that I'm talking. All of you see that Marshall is back, full armor, standing amongst the group. Grosslin, you see blackness as you come to. And
Wait, all blackness? As in, like...
your vision is currently being blocked.
Where is everyone? I can't see. What's going on?
That voice
Does
seems to come
Grosslin
from
sound
Marshall.
different?
Grosslin sounds different when Grosslin is not Grosslin, right? Yeah, it sounds. It's not the
assume our
same.
manners are quite a bit different. We're also a little bit differently holding our postures.
And it's coming from suddenly Marshall, the Tin Man, standing there again.
Oh, man. Why are these people so confusing?
How far away is the new Marshall?
Y'all are all kind of huddled in a socially acceptable distance.
That's 6 feet apart.
About 6
I mean,
feet.
that is about as close as I like to get to anyone.
Can I hear anyone when they're talking and stuff?
Yeah,
as
it's just
I'm in this darkness.
you're just in. Yeah, you can hear everybody just fine. It just seems your vision is just blocked by something.
Guys, are you gonna help me? I can't figure out what's going on.
The Marshal
What did you do with the
looks.
helmet?
He looks frustrated. His hands are going up in coordination with that voice.
Yeah, right here. If you can see me, I can't see you. Just right here. Can you hold my hand?
I'm gonna. I'll come over and with like my rod, I'll put the rod, like holding it and poke him with it.
Okay.
Oh, that tickles.
So-
where are you?
Like specifically Grosslin's body.
Okay, so as you do that, it hits the fleshy armor. Then that falls away. Grosslin, you can see as the stick continues and pokes you.
You're using a stick. I see. Okay. Just so you paint that a little clearly.
Yeah.
I can see the stick, and that's it.
Essentially, what was
or
happening
the-
is a shadow was enveloping you and pretending to be Marshall in your place, hoping somebody would punch you.
the whole thing disappeared. Okay.
Right, and as soon as he touched it, the shadow fell through you and away. And then you could, do you have dark vision?
I believe so.
I do.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, then you can see now, but not because it's no longer physically.
Oh, so that was scary. Thank you guys so much. Has anybody got any food? I'm getting hungry.
Hey,
Wait,
hey.
hold on. I got some in my pocket.
It's
Can I
moist.
reach in
It's
for
very
chocolate?
wet.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Shadow, get out here. Look, obviously you just want to hang out, right?
Which was there still another oh god, however you pronounce that German name during that movement with when Marshall was there but not there?
Ask your question again.
Because you said the shadow had enveloped
Grosslin.
Grosslin, thank you.
Yeah.
As Marshall, but in that moment was Grosslin gone.
No, Grosslin was just there, inside the shadow.
But that's what I'm saying. So there was this. So Grosslin was there inside the shadow, but we saw everyone, but Grosslin and Marshall was still there.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Now Marshall's gone and Grosslin's there. Sorry, that was confusing imagery.
So right now, do we see a different Marshall?
There's no Marshall in sight.
Oh man, I think I got a little confused by this encounter.
The shadow was pretending to be Marshall because Marshall did not go this direction.
Fantastic.
So,
We must find him.
let's keep walking. I don't want to stay in here.
Yes. Please fill me in while we walk, cause I am so lost. Last I knew, we were fighting, and now we're done. Wherever this is, I assume down.
What were we fighting?
We were fighting. Oh, what was it? They were. I actually do forget. What the hell were we fighting?
Knowles, you remember
Gnolls,
Knowles
yeah.
and small demons.
Yeah, Knolls and these teeny demons.
All right, you turned into that weird, sugary one of you. They didn't like
Sugary
you.
one. Nobody. I've never heard of a person not liking me, but I believe I've forgotten a lot about me, so I can't say that's not true.
Yeah, it was a you, but when not the sickly, chocolatey thingy coming out of you, it was all sugary and sparkly and.
That sounds
You are weird.
Oh, okay. What? Let me check something real quick. Oh, they don't even do this right. And I actually touch myself and give myself mage armor because it's a at-will spell for me
Okay.
to do.
You all watch as he puts his hand on his thigh, and this rolling, for those who can see it, field of energy.
All of us can see it. We have light.
Oh shit! I keep forgetting. Essentially, this what you would imagine normally mage armor is this kind of see-through force field that kind of rolls over, then fades in with the rest of the light. It bends well, right? It's practically invisible. It shimmers a bit, but as it's forming, it's clearly chocolate, and then it goes.
It
then
just
clears
it
through.
seeps right into my pores. It's lovely. Do you like the sheen?
No.
Oh. Well, so if ever the sparkly one comes back, can you please tell her mage armor saves lives, and I want my life saved so I can keep eating chocolate.
So you also missed. You remember the very shiny fellow with the armor?
Yes. Yeah.
He was dumb and got himself impaled. He
no.
laid down on this bed and it just went.
So one
There's
down.
blood everywhere.
One
Oh,
down. and-
I don't know where he
So,
is.
he's still alive. We just. Damn it, your German accent. He is still alive. We just need to find him. That's what the shadowy thing was.
Yes, and don't forget also that Gautier was trying to stab us, says in Argul's voice.
Go fuck yourself, Shadow.
There's a shadow too, huh?
Yes, the Shadow's trying to get us to kill each other.
Oh, that shadow does not play fair.
The Shadow's a bit of a coward, more so than me, and that's really saying something at this point.
Oh, also.
Have you guys tried the shooting it or anything? And I cast Eldritch Blast at the shadow.
Give me a perception check to find it.
Oh, okay.
Light, so.
Yeah.
Like, who is it attached to?
Nobody that you know at the moment. So you look around for a target?
I shoot Argul's shadow because I assume because that's where they said it was coming from.
Okay, yeah, so you shoot Argul's shadow. It roll the attack.
Yep.
Grosslin holds an arm just off to the side of Argul's body and blasts the chocolatey beam in that direction.
I wasn't aiming at you. I was aiming at shadow.
You can roll damage.
Did I get it?
You hit Argul's shadow. Absolutely, you did.
Guys, I don't hear the shadow. Hello, shadow.
Can we just keep moving? I don't like being in this area anymore.
I'm gonna turn to Bruce and just say, I think this one's crazier than the other one.
I'm not crazy, but I agree with Big Fish. We should get moving. Yes.
Shouldn't we wait for Marshall or go looking for Marshall?
We're going to go look for
we need a
Marshall,
shiny one.
but we need to look elsewhere. Because I don't know about you, but I'm not climbing up that waterfall.
I mean, I don't think I can swim against it.
During this time where there's a lot of fuss, am I able to look around and like see? Is it one clear path, toward a direction, or are there multiple?
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
I would love to. Man, I see nothing today.
Well, your passive is going to be 11, so with 5th
It is.
edition, you're good there. Generally, the cavern follows this flow of water. Where this waterfall exited, there's still a light current moving in that direction. The water flows out. It closes in again, and there seems to be a small passage where the water level was higher and carved out more rock. There are also a couple of side passages on the left and the right. There's 2 on the left and 1 on the right.
Okay. I start heading toward the passage that is on the right side, and I announce to the group, shadow or not, I'm continuing forward as this is something that I cannot solve right now, and head forward.
Why going that one?
Ooh, I'm coming. Wait for me.
I think we should stick together. We wouldn't like to lose anyone else. I think we should follow him.
I wouldn't want to follow him. I really don't.
Really? Why?
Because he jumped into a hole in darkness and
He's-
just
Oh.
fell 100 feet.
That sounds brave.
Kind of the
Just-
reason why we're split up.
Yeah, he just did it
Reckless.
on a whim.
And I
I'm-
turn around and go, "Oh, I'm sorry. One person is split from the group."
Yes, one person is split from the group, but we all could have been put together if you had not jumped.
Well, it looks like we have a job in front of us, and it
Also,
doesn't matter how many
have-
return.
Have
I'm
fun
gonna-
looking in the darkness. I'm going the other way with the light. And I'm going to
Oh,
follow
no.
to the left.
The group is being split. I don't not like this.
This
Could one of you follow the other if I maybe give you a treat? How about like you know, like a piece of chocolate?
I mean,
Why do
Unless
you
you have
feel-
a rat in your bag, no.
You hear
What
Gautier's
is
voice
splitting
call
to
out
our
and
split
say,
up group is splitting
Oh,
the
no.
group further.
Gautier, you hear Gautier's voice shout out, "I'm going to the north, following the water."
That's.
I'm not doing
interesting.
that.
I just look back at him. It's like, you trying to stab me again?
I might be. You better watch out.
Eh.
Wait,
Maybe I,
wait.
maybe I shouldn't accept this so hard. It's probably making it
So
worse for
it's
myself.
Gautier's chateau. I thought it was Argo.
It's
There,
both.
there's a voice emanating, and it is, yeah.
He's very fond of my voice.
Oh, he takes present. Okay.
Yeah, he really
He's a
likes Gautier.
fanboy. Gotcha.
Damn it.
Okay, so
well,
we're gonna. Go ahead, sorry.
well, I think we should not go the way the chateau says, but we should stick together. What can we do to compromise?
The direction that the shadow was talking about, like he said north along the water, right?
He did.
So is that a clear indication of like whether? So can you explain like the right versus the two paths on the left?
Give me an insight check, and I'll answer that question as well.
I would love that.
So there are 4 paths. There are 2 on the left, 1 straight ahead, and 1 to the right. The one that's straight ahead follows the waterway, and that is where the shadow, or Gautier, or the shadow pretending to be Gautier, said to go. With your insight check, he's either trying to get you to separate, or trying to steer you in a direction.
Okay. But like the path that I was initially heading to on the right,
Yeah.
that is clear away from the water?
It is.
Excellent. I say the shadow wants to go along the water, and I'm choosing to go the one definitive path that has no splits. Choose to go with me or not.
Left.
Oh. I
And I go inside.
Okay.
We're picking sides. This is a bad idea.
Well,
mean-
I'm gonna go with the group that's the largest. Sorry guys, I'm gonna wait, and I start watching.
I mean, I would trust Green Man more.
I love
Yeah.
the fact that he cut out too.
Exactly.
Okay.
Green Man has.
Oh, God. I'm sorry.
Now I will caution, because the demon has been trying to tear you apart from the beginning of the session. As long as we are tearing you apart in character and fun, cool. Let's not seep any player
Oh, yeah,
arguments
yeah.
over.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
No,
All right.
no. This is completely just.
Hey, Azimuth check. You're good.
Argul was good to me earlier.
Argul doesn't trust the guy who just reckons. I make reckless attacks, but I do not be reckless with everything.
So Brooks is walking to
I-
the right cavern. Argul is pointing to the left, and Grosslin is waiting. What is Bruce Marshall? What is
There are-
Bruce and Gautier doing?
So just to clarify, there are 3 paths or
Four,
just 2?
four paths. There's left, straight, right.
I mean, why not just go straight?
That's the one that the shadow wanted.
It is the one that's not wanted.
Then left. Like, what makes you want to go? Convince me, please.
Why I want
'Cause,
to
like-
go left?
Who are you saying that to?
Both of you. Like,
No,
why is your way the good way?
Brooks has already gone. He is not explaining anything, so
Okay.
he would only be referencing Argul.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Well, he's already left. I think he's a dead man. I say the rest of us should just follow him.
Besides, so, think about it like this, right? When we were coming down the tunnel, there were two directions. See? I can't even make up my mind on what language I'm using. There were two directions. Okay.
Ja.
We went down the right path, correct? Not Marshall, I don't know his name still. Shiny Man did not come down the right with us. Therefore, he had to go to the left. Going to the right would take us further away from him. Going to the left would take us closer, no? Unless there is more paths and I am overcomplicating this, but for all that we know was that there was a right and a left. We.
I mean, I'll look at Gautier and Gross. Just like, so you want to follow the big green man who at least looks like he can take a hit?
I told you, I'm waiting for you guys to make a decision. I think it's safer if I just pick the one with the bigger number. So you guys go do your thing, and I'll follow from far away where it's safe.
How about you,
That is
Stabber?
Stabber, yes, one. Survivalistic, and if it not to prove that I'm not going to stab you, I will go with the bigger group.
Okay, well, since
I mean,
you're
I'm
only
going with the
doing
green guy.
Okay.
Okay.
Make it easy for you people.
Then
2 for green.
Then we're gonna follow Argul.
Before we go any further though, Chocolate Man, would you mind re-upping this? It's been a little low. I'm pointing to the light on the end of the rope.
Yeah, I could do that. And yeah, light. I touch. And give it light.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I took it back in.
So we're gonna.
The sparkly one knows how to use that magic.
We're going to take a break from this scene, as 4 of you line to the left. Brooks, you went down the right side, and we're gonna go to Marshall. Marshall. So you had a pretty good perception check, investigation check. It was a little rough. Kind of represents you moving through this cavern, listening and hearing a lot of things, but being unable to discern what's best to listen to at the time. You hear a lot of what you interpret as casual conversation for a demon. A lot of talk of past deeds, murder, mayhem. Now, demons being a chaotic bunch that they are, a lot of these conversations are violent, and you do see demons fighting and killing each other in more places than you don't. There are a couple moments where you have to redirect your path so you don't become inevitably embroidered in some kind of conflict heading your way, but nobody's picked you out. You're coming to figure out that in this demon armor, you seem to be a demon to all other demons. Not that you're safer than any other demon in this bunch. Now, a couple of things of interest. This is a new, you figure out this is a new portal from the Abyss that opened up some time ago. This is an establishment of a breeding ground and a stronghold, and that they are working towards breaching the surface. They have enlisted the help of gnolls for that. And it took you about 10 minutes of walking around and piecing what you know with what you're hearing and avoiding the conflicts to get that. You've kind of circled around, and unless you're trying to just go deeper and deeper and deeper, I'm assuming you circle back around to the mouth of the water.
Yeah, I didn't want to just come out of the water and turn tail and run. Essentially, I want to see that what was going on and not attract any undue suspicion by just up and leaving.
Okay.
So,
is there anything else you
why-
want to accomplish during that time?
So, essentially, a new portal to the other plane has opened here, and they're trying to make to the way to the surface. No, I think I've got information that could be of interest to the party. So I'm gonna start going back towards the mouth of the river and going the other direction.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an athletics check, just for working your way up and around. the majority of the distance was before this split, so you're not have to hold your breath for too long. Oh, perfect, beautiful. You end up finding like the grooves in like the armor, not just where the grips are, but in the forearm, help you pull yourself around bends and angles. When you get to the other side and you loop back following the left wall to the right switch, the water picks up immensely, and for the first time in this flow, you're kind of taken with the water, and before you know it, out into the open air, falling, and splashing into the pool of the water. Y'all were talking for a while, and it will be probably just about the moment where Brooks is out of like hearing distance, where the rest of you hear the splash.
I look for the splash. Is this another shadow or what? Please.
Do shadows make
Just put me out of my
noises?
misery. It did earlier.
Oh. Hello? Who's out there?
I'll go into the pool of water and start looking.
Now, do I know that I've fallen to a point where I can get out?
You were in it seems to be a slower moving current. It's a little deeper here. You clearly fell out of a waterfall, and you hear the voices. You're kind of under the water level. You
Right.
hear muffled shouts. So it's up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, somewhat understanding or recognizing the voices, I will start making my way up and out of the river if I can.
You see this demonic looking shadow just emerge out of the water.
Right, that's close enough.
Do we know this thing?
I'm Shiny Man.
You're
Yes,
the
this
shiny
checks out.
man.
Yes, we helped him put on this scary-looking contraption.
That sound.
I
mean,
did.
it is scary. He's no longer shiny. I see this. This is terrible. How am I gonna remember his name?
Well, so we were just about to follow Green Man down this path, and then the Punch McGee, ran down another way.
Why is he leaving?
Something about trials. This is the way we should go. I think he's out to make a name for himself. That's what I think.
Yeah, he does seem to be, what's the word? Glory-driven.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would say glory-driven or just what's the word? Goal-oriented.
Foolhardy?
That's for sure, but goal-oriented I think is better. He seems more
I
more
like
of a I started this, I'm going to finish it.
So why aren't we following him?
Because he just kind of
Good
swerved off.
question!
Calm
Because
down.
someone insisted on not following him, and then it got a little complicated.
I don't really trust him since he got us here in the first place. Like, I don't like following like that. I feel like I would die sooner following him. So...
Are you questioning his judgment?
Have I had a
Very
15-minute
much so.
rant on mute?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay.
All right. So we'll take a moment, and Brooks, you start working your way through the rightmost cavern.
I do.
Okay. What's your vision? You're not dark vision. Do you have any tools for water, light source?
That's my question.
Okay.
Where can I find that?
Okay. So on your D&D Beyond character sheet, in the on the right hand side where it says Actions, Equipment, Features, you could scroll down. It'll kind of tell you what's there. And taking a look, you have a torch and a tinderbox. Unfortunately, because of your trip underwater, all of it's wet and will take some time to be useful again. And say you get through the cavern, it takes you a moment for the light source from the light spell to no longer penetrate deep enough. You do find yourself moving a bit blindly.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I hug toward the right-hand wall and just continue tracing my fingers along as I'm going forward.
Okay. All right, let's say passive perception of an 11.
11.
Okay. All right, so you begin. It's I'm assuming you're taking it slow and cautiously checking your footing?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. The cavern spirals a bit. It seems to be slowly taking you down to the right, gently. There are sections, large sections, that seem to be straight, and moving at this pace, it's hard to pick up the exact angle, but you move for some time. About 4 minutes go by, and you've lost hand on the left hand side. So you're holding onto the right, and you kind of knew the left hand side was there. It seemed to have opened up into a wider cavern.
So during this time, is my torch able to, I'd like to pull out my torch, like, while I'm traversing to kind of help air dry it.
Okay.
But when it comes to the actual lighting of it, I think it's kind of like I'd like to just check on it until it's dry enough that I think I can start a spark.
Sure. Give me a survival check. Okay.
Oh God!
not your moment.
Apparently, today it's really.
It looks like you're unsure how long it will take. You feel like hours, and you would probably prefer sunlight or a heat source, as the air is a bit chill here, and even your clothes are like you don't even have anything to rewrap the torch with at this moment. It would be tough to create a light.
Mm-hmm. Then I try and learn how to use echolocation.
Okay. So you're gonna continue to follow the right wall?
Yeah, like I think that continuing to have contact with it until it feels like any sort of dramatic shift, like a 90-degree kind of deal.
Okay. Let me go ahead and I'm going to pull us over to this map because I don't have an underground map for you at this time. Where's my... Okay. So as you continue down, not having access to the left-hand wall for a couple more minutes, you get to a point, since you're moving slowly and cautiously, where the floor stops being there. There's suddenly a dip in a cavern.
What is the floor type?
Stone. It's natural stone. These are natural cavern formations.
So, are there any sort of pebbles or anything?
Yeah, you can easily find some pebbles.
Okay. Then I kind of kick some pebbles and I see if I can follow that sound to see what the depth is for that drop.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You kick some pebbles. They scurry off the side of the cliff. Give me a perception check.
All right. I just don't really want to see anything today.
The rocks go off the edge. You don't hear anything for a moment. And then,
is it like a severe drop?
It is a... No. It's not a 90-degree drop. It's definitely a slant. Mm-hmm. And then a more severe. Because as you heard the pebbles go, they definitely rolled off of a slope and then hit air. And it's a long 5 seconds goes by, and then you hear bloop, bloop, bloop. But literally 5 feet away from you, you hear the words bloop, bloop, bloop.
The words bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay. Then, with that sound, does it sound like it's a voice? Does it sound like it's, what does it sound like, I guess?
Sure, yeah. give me an insight check. This one's low DC, but
Is there like a possibility that I'm like cursed today?
there might be something on your D&D soul. This is clearly not coming from below. This is not the rocks hitting anything. There is just something near you, using a voice to say bloop bloop bloop.
Okay. Then I call out, do you intend to harm me?
Hey, I know. I mean, it'd be really easy just to shove. You're kind of on the ledge, pal.
Why are you here?
I'm the shadow. This is the shadow areas.
The shadow areas? What, like, is this your domain?
I mean, you know, I moved in. I was like, hey, this looks chill. I want this place. So, you know, yeah, this is my domain. This is the shadow domain.
Okay.
You have tread across the shadow domain. That has a good ring
How long
to it.
have you been here?
Oh. What do you operate in? Minutes? Decades?
It's either been minutes or decades.
No, I'm asking like what's your frame of reference? Like, I don't know if I would you? Yeah, okay. So you use both of those words. Decades. Yeah, we'll go with decades.
Okay. Well, I am here to claim this as mine then.
Oh, that's awesome. I haven't had like a territorial dispute in some time now. Do you want to step away from the ledge before I shove you, or should we just start here?
I figured we would start with bargaining.
Okay.
What is it that you want?
Oh, I just really want to shove you off this ledge.
Okay. And albeit that is fine. However, it seems you are not tied to this physical realm, so what is it physically that you desire?
The physical feeling of my hands pushing against your body. Yeah, that one. I'm gonna go with and roll initiative because he's.
All right.
Negotiations have broken down.
It's just aggressive negotiations.
Okay, well, one thing.
I'm gonna pull up. Yeah, there you go. Turn orders up.
Decide.
How do I
Visible
select my
negotiations.
token if I can't see it?
Oh yeah, no, good point. Let me help you out. I'm gonna
Thank
I'm gonna go back to the other map just for this purpose,
Yeah.
so you have it. This one. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. That's not the right.
I can't
tower.
believe it. I can't freaking see during this entire fucking exchange, you know?
Luckily, all that means is disadvantage.
It's true.
Hey, if you're lucky, we'll hear it.
If you're lucky.
But don't bet on it.
Yeah, I know. Alright.
Be as loud as you can.
I'm trying to...
Punch!
Fucking.
I'm trying to get the, like, initiative thing to
Sure.
actually...
So just roll d20. Oh, there he goes. Perfect.
Alright.
All right. So the shadow demon is up first. So a shove is simply an athletics check versus your acrobatics or athletics.
Okay.
So give me one of those. Take your pick. Oh man, his strength sucks. All right. He goes to push you on his turn, and it doesn't work. But then, well, he pushes you, so he's melee range. It doesn't work. You dodge out of the way. He's going to then leave your area. He's going to back away, and he's going to suddenly you don't feel his presence anymore.
And do you
Brooks
mean...
does have an auto crit, by the way.
He does. You just
An
can't make
auto-
an attack of opportunity if you can't see your
Yeah.
opponent. It just means
So-
that when you make an attack, you can, as long as you.
I was just saying he has it, so in case you didn't know.
Yes. Okay. So you have a one attack. This encounter is automatically going to critical. The first time you swing at the creature and could hit him, you will automatically critical because they have spent points just now for your fight.
Jamie did.
Jamie did. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Am I able to... so, at this point, I want to see, for my free action, how dry the torch is, or any sort of kindling that I would be able to light on fire.
You don't have... okay, so give me give me a survival check. Just a quick, like, thinking about light and torches.
Absolutely.
You are certain that you will not be able to light these torches for a number of days.
Excellent. Give me a moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no problem. This is a fucking rough situation. I'd take all the time you need.
So let's see. I can't feel his presence. Was I able to feel the direction that his presence went toward?
So what you would have felt was a physical hand trying to push you. And then he doesn't make any noise when he moves away, so like that presence was just no longer there. It's not going to be behind you, probably, maybe, because that's where the cliff is. If it was a real person, give me an intelligence check, just a general like demonology intelligence check. Perfect. This shadow is not restricted by physics and weight and gravity. He could be on the wall directly above you. He could be in the chasm below. It's impossible to tell.
It's just, it's hard for me to rationalize. If I don't have any sort of light source to feel the shadow, then everything around me is shadow. So if that is the case, then I'm just gonna try and so this is something that I'm unfamiliar with. This is my first time playing a monk, but I've got key points, or and you know, I think I would like to utilize them.
Sure.
So it looks like for my key,
let me go pull it up.
How do I know how many key points I have?
Okay, so you have 2 key points right now, and they'll come if you use them. They come back on a short rest. You can use a key point to make an additional attack. You can use a key point to be more defensive, or you can use a key point to run faster.
Okay. Then I would like to try and just generally do an unarmed strike where I end up stomping into the ground below me.
Okay. Perfect. So go ahead and give me... Perfect, you make the attack. Now roll a D100, because you're kind of guessing where he's at.
Yeah, D100.
Yeah, just a percentile chance. Okay. Yeah, you stomp your foot on the ground. You feel it connect with ground, but you don't get any sense that you hit anything.
Okay. Then because I've got a bonus action in general, right?
Yes.
Then I would like to step, like, kind of go for... The sense of presence, is it able to be felt like if it's like within a radius?
It's not a, like if it was breathing or if it was moving around, like you would be able to hear it. You get none of those senses from it. It is dead silence in pitch blackness. There's no physical presence that you can detect, unfortunately.
Okay. Then I just start heading the opposite direction of the cliff, and in like a full sprint until I can feel any shift in the presence.
Okay, awesome. So you start sprinting back the way you came. Are you going to use... would you like to use your key point to go faster, or would you just like to use your base movement?
So what I'm hoping to accomplish is I end up heading that direction until I feel that sense of presence, and then pivot my weight to like ground myself, and then use my key point to do a flurry of blows in the general area that I feel that presence.
Here's what I'll suggest. Just mechanically, this is how this action would work. You would use your action to prepare a reaction, which would be, I stand here, and the second I know he's there, I'm going to hit him. So you wait for him to hit you.
That is exactly what I'd love to do.
Perfect. So you've made your action this turn, and you've moved away from the cliff. But it will be next turn when you get to prepare that action. Does that make sense?
That sounds great.
Perfect. So you get down the cave a bit. You get away from the ledge. And on his turn, he will make an attack. Now, this round, he gets the attack. You don't have the reaction. What's your armor class?
13.
Okay, on a 13, take
Aha!
5 points of damage. Well, wait, plus
Excellent. And,
plus 2. So
was
7.
Okay,
Yeah.
then this is an important clarifier.
Yeah.
When we were initially investigating the kind of tablet sarcophagus thing that we jumped into, that was a short rest. Was that one of those opportunities to be like resting in terms of hit points?
The first time you had, like at the very beginning of the game, you had an opportunity to roll a hit dice. You rolled 5 points. There was not another hour short rest between those first 5 points and now.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, if it's 7, then I am like at 0 HP.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay, so then you go unconscious. As you get there and like, all right, you have a battle plan. You get in your position, and the claw rips through your chest. As you feel everything go darker. Black is darker, and you're unconscious. So at 0, at exactly 0 or less than 0?
I'm at exactly 0.
Okay, so you were just unconscious. We're going to shift from that moment. Roll me a d4, by the way. We're going to shift back to the rest of the group.
Alrighty.
The d4 represents how long you're unconscious for before you recover 1 hit point.
Excellent.
Perfect. All right, Argul, Groblin, Gautier, Marshall, Bruce, or, the names that you don't have. Does anybody have a passive perception of 20 or higher?
When it really counts, no.
Okay.
Level 2.
Sometimes you fools give me some people who do.
The only person who could do that would be a variant human with...
Variant human rogue.
Okay.
Well, not even a rogue, because we do variant human with alert, and then perception 3, wisdom. You just barely need that.
Expertise. But anyways.
Fortunately, this shadow does not have the ability, the strength to drag Brooks off the cliff like he really wants to. All right, so you guys are there. You're talking your strategies. How did that conversation continue?
I'm going to the left.
So I'm going to also relay the information about the portal to the other plane.
What would that sound like? Because that sounds like a great discussion to not gloss over.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I was separated from you guys, as you may have known. And there are a bunch of demons down the other way. And they were discussing normal chit-chat, but they did mention that they had been here for some time because there is a portal to another plane, and they're working their way to the surface. And they've enlisted the Gnolls to help them in that pursuit.
That's a lot to unpack.
That's a lot of stuff. Do any of us have a way to close said portal?
Man, all I asked was which way you wanted to walk.
No.
Well,
So,
we'll do that when we get it there.
I don't know if you were able to quite experience what I experienced, but all I heard was "What?" Oh.
You got real robot-y.
Oh, did I stutter out?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It sounded like
Though.
I think the words came together, and you just wanted to know which direction to walk.
Sorry.
No, you're great.
If anybody should sound like a robot, it should be me in this armor.
So we've got so many options. We got to deal with the demons. We split the party, unfortunately. We need to know how to get out of here. I think we check them on one at a time. Figure out what we should do first and go from there.
Shiny man, I meant the west. Did you go left or right at the intersection?
So it was hard to tell because I was under the water, but I believe I went left.
Yes, I was right.
Another check. What were their numbers? We have a head count, or too many to count?
There were a lot. They're killing each other, but there were a lot.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
Oh.
Maybe we should go get the monk.
So,
If
But I
there's
don't
enough
want
of
to
them,
prove
we
him.
might need the help.
That's what. Yeah, we might more man, more power.
yeah, he may be dumb and reckless, but he did punch really hard. I
And
like
he may be dumb and reckless,
And,
but we just keep him under control. Don't let him jump.
So why did we let him go in the first place?
Because
Bruce
he
will
wants
just
to be
start walking
stubborn.
that way.
Yep, he just kept going.
Oh, damn it,
Yeah.
fish man.
Bruce is following after, like going down Monkey Boy's path.
Okay.
Yes.
Boy, who am I?
Wait. Here I come. I'm coming too. Everyone, no splitting the group. Come with us. Come on.
Yes.
And he just pulls the rod out with the shield and just like, I'm ready. I'll fucking do it. I'll do it. And you just hear him muttering.
What are you going on about, bro? What are you going on about, Big Fish?
I'm gonna fucking kill him. Not the monk, the scary one.
Okay. You had
So-
to
No,
worry
I'm
for a
not
second.
trusting you.
So as you move down the way he went, it winds a bit, and it's moving generally circularly down and to the right in a spiral. Then it opens up a bit. The cavern or the tunnel gets wider, but it is still kind of circling in one tunnel. There looks to have been a partial collapse on the far left side of some ceiling from above, and then it winds. And here's what you see. Just about a minute into your walk, you see Brooks. He's on the ground, and as the light pierces around the corner, you see a shadowy figure with his hands on like his ankle, and he's like trying to pull Brooks.
I shoot him.
Yeah, I was gonna say Eldritch Blast.
wanna-
Absolutely.
I immediately just
Let
ray
me
of frost him.
let me finish this nice little monologue.
Sorry.
And then you can totally shoot him. No, he looks like he's struggling to drag him, and as you come around the corner, he looks up and he's just like, "Was it me?" And then you shoot him. All right, roll your attacks.
Please.
Okay. 19. Anybody else
You
with
roll your
range?
shoot.
All right, Frost. So
Oh,
go and roll
God
the
damn
damage on the Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
All right. 6 points. Let me double check some. Where'd my demon go? There you are, buddy. Come here. Let me look at your stats. By the way, now that you have a good moment to fully see him, we can. I think this button. Is that the button? No. Is it Shift Z? There we go.
There we go.
Ooh.
That's a good first look.
Nice.
And you hit him for 6 points. Just roll initiative real quick. He's gonna try to fade away, but it depends on the speed of reactions, how many hits you get on him. I'm going to assume those who fired aren't in this first initiative round.
Yeah.
So I gave you,
Okay.
I gave you a freebie. Okay. Well, the dungeon master rolled a natural 20 on initiative, plus 3.
And
Damn.
will my previous initiative be factoring into this?
You're just, I mean, you're in
I'm
the turn
unconscious,
order, but yeah, you don't have an action.
For 2 hours,
How many-
was it?
What's up?
Hours.
Well, 2 hours or until you're healed. If somebody gives you 1 hit point
Yeah.
of healing, you're just back. So as you all hit him with the Eldritch Blast. The Rare Frost goes wide, for whether it be surprise or swiftness of aim, and then the shadow fades back into the ground.
Okay. As soon as the shadow disappears, how far is Brooks ahead of me?
Oh, just a few feet. This is
Okay. Then I'm gonna go up to him and lay on hands.
how many points?
Just 1 for now.
Yeah, Brooks, you come to. First thing is your eyes adjusting to this bright light, and Marshall's standing over you with his hand glowing with some radiant energy, and you feel a little better.
Did you save my life?
I mean, there was a demon over you. We scared him away, and I brought you back.
Then I owe you one favor.
Oh, hey, good for you. You're alive. Let's get fucking moving.
I don't
fucker.
understand
So,
why you
guy-
left everybody.
Well, it seems that everyone wanted to dilly-dally as we have a job upon us. While I may not remember it, I feel in my gut that it needs to be accomplished.
And we're getting it done. Taking 5 minutes to talk about stuff does not mean that we're not getting the job done. It means we're taking 5 minutes extra
Guys,
to talk about it.
Let's argue later. New rule: don't run off on your own. Let's go kill that shadowy bastard. Can we do that, please?
Where are we going to find him? He disappeared already.
Can we do it away from this cliff?
Yeah, probably. I would be very appreciated.
Yeah, like, let's get away from the cliff. When we see that shadowy bastard, we kill him.
With the newfound light, is it possible to see like the bottom of the cliff? Or the cliff?
Yeah, as you,
Or
as you
I
look
guess
over.
it's a slant.
I mean, there is a floor. It's about 40 feet down.
I say, well, this is as good as any to search for the shadow demon, and I start heading down the slanted floor.
Okay. It's an easy, you shuffle down, you slide down, however you want to get down there. You get to the base of this, just this dip in the tunnel, and it gently slopes back up on the other side. And give me a perception check. Anybody who'd like to look around.
Bruce is gonna follow him
around a little bit.
I don't know if I'm just cut out for this D&D stuff.
Maybe Roll20 is cursing you specifically.
Oh my god.
Could I get a clarification
anything
on
above a 10?
Yeah.
A couple. So my clarification real quick for how many hit points do I do?
You have 1 hit point right now.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So lay on hands, he gets to heal you for up to 10 points. And he gets to heal up to 10 points a day, and he can spread them out however he chooses. Typically, bringing you alive for 1 hit point is as useful as 2, as 3, as 4, because when you take 5 hit points of damage, it's all the same.
Cool.
Yeah, D&D 5th edition did not make... kind of depowered the healers a bit. So the best thing to do is to just make you breathe. Quaz, Gutierrez, Brooks, you look around. There's lots of shadows, but you're creating them, and you don't see this demon. Particularly, you see shadows.
So,
they could be the demon. You have no idea.
And
Mr.
is it
Punchy.
just an empty expanse, or
It's still a tunnel that's continuing the curve down. It just had a dip and it got wider here.
Mr. Punchy,
what's up?
did that demon thing sneak up on you? Did you talk to it? Like,
Oh.
how did it get you?
Well, I was standing in front of the cliff, and it threatened to push me. I asked why, and it said it wanted to, and so we fought, and I lost.
Ja, simple-minded is what I hear.
And-
As the shadow.
Oi, Shadow. Shadow, what do you want here? Like, do we just need to leave? Is that all? Or, or are you too much of a coward to come out and face us, as he says, like, shaking a little bit?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
I mean, it could be worse. It,
You stand there, you say that, and there's no response back, and it's just silence and your own echo moving down the cavern.
well, guys, I say we just keep moving on, and if he shows his face, we all shoot him immediately.
Ja, I'll
That's
be
great.
prepared.
And I start heading toward the direction.
You going deeper or back out?
Deeper.
Okay.
Deeper.
Deeper? Okay. Give me...
I think,
Go ahead.
Mr. Punchy, you should stay not in the front. You're not really at the top of your game.
You should probably stay behind me.
Well, it seems that is probably the best idea. However, I am fine, and I keep pushing forward.
Okay. All right.
We're not saying not to push forward, just, watch out.
I imagine that we don't have any, health potions or anything among us?
No,
No.
typically not a level 1
And I'm out of spell
equipment.
slots.
Okay.
Here, come over here.
All right. I head toward Marshall.
All right.
Take 9 points of healing.
All right.
Wow.
I mean, at least at
This
level
guy's
1 healing
becoming my favorite.
As with most of us.
Love your healers.
Oh god, we're counting on the paladin healing.
It's better
Hey.
than nothing right now.
It really is.
Okay.
I used mine earlier to save the paladin.
So,
We have our healer and our backup healer.
so rather than deal with this as a dungeon with corridors, this is a large natural cavern. So we're going to roll like we would in the woods, which is going to be, I need a leader who's going to make survival checks to guide you through the cavern in at least in the direction you're trying to achieve. And they can roll survival at advantage with somebody else helping them. So just pick whoever's going to lead the direction, choose the tunnels.
So,
Bruce. Oh, go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say, like, based on my character's decisions thus far, I feel like he's like already determined to just go with whatever path is in front. So, I don't know if that qualifies as leading, as much as just already decided. So,
Bruce is going to try and like muster up the strength to lead, if not, just help.
Okay. So
I'll give Bruce a hand on what he's doing.
So
okay. So here's what we'll do. We'll give Brooks, give me a survival check. Bruce, give me one at advantage, and this will just represent Brooks trying to find it on his own.
I swear, something is off.
Wow.
Someone got me. I don't know what's
Can I
happening.
use my inspiration?
No, because
already-
you've already got the advantage.
Oh,
I
right.
use my
Maybe I should
inspiration.
have
You
rolled.
may. You could use your inspiration.
So inspiration is just a reroll.
Reroll.
Yes.
All right. Then, by Gaudi, I would love to just survive.
There you
Right.
go.
There's a good roll.
There's a roll.
Okay.
I'm done. Good night, Chicago.
Most of us live on the West Coast.
Hey, I'm near Chicago.
One of us. I said most of us live on the West Coast.
So, essentially, this situation plays out as such. You're moving through the caverns. There's a lot of twists and turns, and the idea here is to pick a direction and just remember where you've been and how to get back. You backtrack the right number of times. You check left, right passages, trying to get a mapping. You end up coming to a couple of dead ends. You come to where you backtrack around, and you're at a certain point. This is hours of travel. We're not talking in feet anymore. We're talking in time. 3 hours, 4 hours. Quaz is not Quaz, but Bruce is rolling, or you get disoriented really quickly, and you just I've got this. Me and Gautier have got this, and you realize with the help of some of your party members that you've gotten yourself spun around, and Brooks suddenly seems to be confident. Not his normal, not like an arrogant confidence, but he's got a sense of direction. And you maneuver around, and at a minimum, you have not backtracked, you are not lost, you know how to get back, but it is now 6 hours into your trip, and you're all getting a little sleepy.
Everyone, do we need to rest?
And hungry.
I mean,
Ja, I am so out of breath. Breath. I'm out of breath.
You could have,
I would love
if you would have stopped before 6 hours, please stop me now.
I 100% would have stopped before 6 hours personally, but
How far back?
I feel like it would have been like 2 hours personally, but I don't want to like
No, let's say that was 2
interrupt
hours.
the flow of the group.
We're at 2 hours. What are y'all doing?
I announce, does
well,
anyone
if we
need to
don't know
rest?
where we're going.
I'm good for a little longer. But anyone else?
Well, so during these 2 hours, there's been no split offs of paths, like anything?
You have traveled dozens of paths. You've had to backtrack a couple of times. You're sure you know where you're at and you can get back, but this is going to be a you're realizing it's going to be a journey of time.
Okay. Then
I feel we should either sleep or leave this path.
We still can't benefit from
Like
a long rest.
that'd be what I do.
one more time, Connor.
We still can't benefit from a long rest.
Sorry.
It's only 2 hours out of 14.
You could sit and
Yeah.
rest for an extended period of time, but it wouldn't be. Yeah, it would not be 8 hours of rest. It would be 20 hours of rest.
Whoa, 20? Why?
You can only take a long rest once every 24-hour period. So since you in D&D, so you only just started. You really only started this day, like 4 hours ago.
Okay.
And I was gonna say, I don't actually need a rest outside of character. In character, I do, because he's a chocolate fat boy. So.
Personally, I vote that we all rest, gather our strength, and continue onward when we are able.
Oh yes, thank you.
So stopping
Let's
after
set
about
up,
2 hours.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're just going to sit here in the middle of a massive fucking cavern.
What do you suggest?
I suggest we move
Can
on
we?
a little
Were
bit
there
further.
any like dead ends?
Oh,
of
definitely
any
lots
of
of
the paths?
lots. So your options of camping are right here, farther along the direction you were going, back into.
I would
one
say
of-
we go to one of the dead ends.
I would rather find an open cavern personally. A dead end is a problem if we can't run and something big blocks us off.
The
Correct.
last open cavern you had was with the waterfall.
Was it really? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Maybe let's give us an
Yeah.
hour. Give us an hour or two forward. I don't think we should stop yet. It's too early. I'm sorry, Chocolate
Aw.
Man.
Let's keep walking until
Can
we're
you
dead on
carry me then?
Nope.
No.
Oh, can we half pace?
No,
I'll give you that.
no, we can't
No.
afford that.
Oh, okay. Then I will push further, but I get some of your rations. Okay. Okay, big fish. Thank you. Thank you.
When we got new food, I'll cook you something good. How about that?
Oh,
I can do that
wonderful.
for you.
Yes, yes.
Right.
I've got a couple ideas.
Isn't he the chocolate maker?
Oh, I'm still chef.
Fair enough. I apologize. I shouldn't do that. Let's keep going.
So you push on
Like,
deeper.
yeah.
So an hour passes, 2 hours, and again, same thing I was saying before. You find a couple passages. You're kind of mapping out this cavern. You're trying to, whether you're trying to find the demons or progress or a way out. It's going deeper, then it's going up again. You don't think your elevation has changed too drastically in one direction or another. 3 hours, 4 hours. You're at that. You're at that 6 hour mark we were at before. You can stop me anytime you want. Starting to
So-
get tired.
Yeah, 6 is good.
Do you wish to continue traveling endlessly, or can we actually rest?
I would have wanted to like either find
wanted
a place
to.
that we could all agree on to rest,
Mhm.
or to just backtrack out of this cavernous area and try a different path.
Oh, but we've gone so far.
Backtracking is not an option now.
Mechanically, you are at your 8 hours.
I was
of
hoping in
travel.
the next hour or two we would have hit a open cavern, but I was
like.
seemingly incorrect.
I mean,
Here, you guys argue about it. I'm just gonna sit right here now.
Take care, last chocolate man.
I say we just.
You broke up. Oh no.
I think one of the dead end caverns is best. Oh.
Yeah, well, I mean,
If we sit
I
out here in
heard
the
the
middle, we'll be surrounded. If we get to the dead end, we'll be stuck. Really, there's no better option here. However, if we're in a dead end, we can at least fight to the dead. In open air like this, we could all just be shot and dead.
It's defendable. I guess it's more defendable. Fine. I concede. We'll take your dead end.
It's not a long distance to the next dead end as you get back up and travel, assuming that's what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
A little bit.
And it was, about 5 minutes back the way you just came. There was a good tunnel with a relatively flat, but it's got like a permanent 5-degree incline. That's you're either gonna have some trouble sleeping, or you're just gonna be at the corner, all wedged in. But it's doable. Can I get a ration count for everybody?
Do you want us to subtract anything for water damage?
No, we won't play that one this time.
10.
Okay. Everybody's got 10 generally.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna change mine because I don't think I have 10. I think I have like 7.
Okay. I'd say take away a ration for the day, whether you ate it now or throughout
So
walking.
I have 6.
And anything that you would have eaten in excess. Is it? I mean, who gets to eat? Like, when you, it's half the problem that you eat, and then the personalities change, and she's like, I haven't had anything to eat today. So then she eats, and so you just.
No, I eat up for the both of us. She almost never has to eat.
So we have a bulimic and an anemic personality in the same person.
It evens out.
Yes. Only because of mother.
So, camp. Guard rotations. What's your party's general strategy? Actually, I would like to hear you discuss this general strategy on how you're going to set up a watch in a campsite.
And we're in a dead-end area?
Yep, you're in a dead end.
Well, no fire. Who here can see in the dark and who can't see in the dark?
So, I see in the dark. It's fine.
Who can't see?
Shiny man cannot see in the dark.
Oh.
I cannot.
It's because you're not shiny
because
anymore.
I'll take off the goggles. I'll take off the goggles. Anyone who cannot see, I will lend it to during rest.
Good. I can take, if I can get at least 4 hours of downtime, I can be up the other time.
Will these goggles fit over my helmet? Because I can't take it off. I tried.
Give me a roll a d100. If you roll over a 50, then those goggles will, without any modifications.
These be 49.
Yeah, they will. You could wear them.
Yeah, see, I made them from very stretchy stuff.
Only the stretchiest.
Why does this say property of... No, I'm not going to make that joke. That's too meta of a joke.
Yeah, no, stop it. Never mind.
I take a short rest.
We're doing a long rest. We're just setting up guard rotation.
Oh,
I will stand. I will stand guard first. I have no problem.
So, and I heard Connor say something about it, and you're breaking up a bit,
health
Bruce.
supplies, I'm doing really good.
So, for normal adventuring travel, and this is perfectly fine. Parties travel for 8 hours, and then they set up camp for like 16. That's exactly what you're doing. You don't sleep immediately and then get up immediately and start 8 hours. There's going to be a lot of downtime and cooking and setting up your gear and checking it. And that's fine. But it is going to be approximately 16 hours in this place.
14 hours.
Sure, give or take.
So I want to see if we can set up multiple campfires to lay out our stuff to dry out.
We don't have anything to make campfires with. Everything's soaked still.
Yep.
You can air it out at least. You still set it up to air it out. It helps. If only a little bit.
Yeah, no, I got nothing.
Anybody got magical fire?
Nothing like that. What about you,
yeah.
Chocolate Man?
No, I could shoot more chocolate. I don't think it lights anything on fire, so
Well,
it's
then
never
what
done
about
it
that,
before.
the rope thing you do where you make the rope right? You could at least put that up every so often, couldn't you? Oh, I guess we're looking for something to
wait,
warm
wait,
clothes.
hold on. I forgot about this. I forgot we. I could snuff light torch. Oh, snuff it. Prestidigitation, but is what we switched it for instead of.
The thing that could light, right?
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say because like I could light a candle, so if we have a or a torch.
The torch would work if the torch was capable of being a torch at the moment.
Yeah.
The torch has a 2-day debuff of I'm soaked, fuck off. I thought that was
So
funny.
yeah,
Fuck
so
you,
yeah,
that was funny.
If I can't use Presto to dry stuff out, then yeah, no. I don't.
Okay. All right. And so, your first evening in the cavern, setting up camp, assigning watches. getting yourself situated as you're using your light still, right? The light spell.
I'm gonna take the rope off and set the rope down. That still has light spell on it. That is being recast. But I'm gonna walk out the cave and I'm gonna see if there's any life whatsoever this deep into a cave.
Absolutely. Everybody, give me a perception check. As you sit around. Oh no!
I'll take my 13.
As you all, and you have passives of at least 11 and 13, and as you all sit around the rope light fire, campfire, but it's a rope with light. You see each of your compatriots, a little damp and tired, Argul staring off outside, keeping a lookout on the cave entrance, and you see one shadow, 2 shadows. Brooks has 3 shadows. Grosslin has 2. And you look around, and all of your shadows are multiplied in at least 2. The whole cavern and the light filling you is broadcasting an unusual number of shadows. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call that episode number 2. Thank you so much. Was that Sadra?
Just wondering how soggy the inside of my armor is still.
Like,
since I can't take it off.
Walking in wet boots sucks.
Yeah. How chafed is it?
It's like where your feet wrinkle and then they crack.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I got freaking Lake Tahoe in my armpits.
It's just not Crater Lake.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll stay and talk after our episode. But for all the audience in there, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for watching. This is Deputy Group number 3. We have another episode next Sunday, same time. So come join us and see how many shadows there actually are and how they're going to get out of it. This group is going to hit level 3. Have fun with that.
Now or
yeah, fuck it, we'll do it now. But next week.
Next week now? Gotcha.
Right, I do it now. Be level 3 next week, so I can throw more shadows at you.
Oh crap! Now I have to decide.
2 more levels and
you got a whole week.
Almost there.
Catch us tomorrow, same time, Monday at 6:30 Pacific. The Deputized Delvers are going to pick up their game. Check us out Tuesday. Delving in Deep's going to pick up their game at the same time. And yeah, what do you got? What do you got, Connor? I saw all 3.
No, I was just saying we have 3 days in a row.
I love it. Let's play some Dungeons & Dragons, ladies and gentlemen. So without any else thing, I'm going to hit this Bad Daddy button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bad Daddy. It keeps kicking me in the deck. Why? Why does it keep kicking me in the deck?
Bad Daddy. Not your son.